everybody.
Hi.
Oh, my God. Help John out, please, Lern.
Wow.
John's having a problem.
1, 2, 1, 2. Hello.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can't hear anybody.
Unbelievable.
You can't hear anybody?
Hello. There we go.
Oh, there. Oh, I can hear you now.
Oh, there we go.
He's clueless, honest to God. By the time
First,
Nina
his
rolls
first day
around,
doing
yeah.
radio.
Yep.
Yeah.
How long have you done radio?
kinda new to this.
47 years? Or?
Still hard, huh?
Yeah. You're talking to this thing, John.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us in studio, Mark Klose and John Ulett. Filling in for the day.
Crowd goes nuts.
Oh, you want applause?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, can we have
I'll
that?
give you-
Please.
I'll give you applause.
Ooh, that kind of builds. I like that.
That's a lot better.
Yes.
That's what we're
Keep
used
it going.
Keep it going.
No, please. No.
Thank you, guys.
Stop. No.
Leave it up for
Don't
the whole
stop.
show.
The whole show. Thank you, guys. All right, that's enough of that. Thank you. Hey, thank you guys for getting up early.
That's all right.
Yeah.
No, not really. This sucks. This is just ridiculous. Man, I do not miss this at all.
No.
I can't sleep. I'm looking every 15 minutes. I'm rolling over going 1:15, 1:30.
Yeah, alarm clock paranoia. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, my alarm clock is like older than Hewlett, so, but it's just
That's old.
it's old.
He's older
brother.
than me.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Making jokes
Well, his
about
clock
my
would be
age.
older then. It came out before you were born.
Yeah.
Well, and John, retired and doesn't have to do this anymore. But man,
Semi-retired.
semi-retired.
Yeah.
Not fully retired.
No, half-ass.
Half-ass retired.
Pretty much like everything in his career.
Half-ass retired.
And so, when you were doing the morning show, the last couple of years, you'd come in at 7. And so I said, would you
Yeah.
both please? I was the one who was the a-hole. I said,
I was
"Please."
nervous to ask you guys.
Yeah, he was like, don't ask him to come in at 6. I go, no. I want him for the 6 o'clock hour because it is seriously the most fun part of the show, in my opinion, is our first
Except
hour.
for today.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No, I'm nervous.
Why are you so nervous?
No, you guys intimidate me.
Oh, no.
You're
come
silly.
100%.
Really?
Yeah, I told you in the office.
He's got the bubble guts today, but
Swear to God.
Why?
it's all respect, though, because
Well,
they kind of paved the way.
You've been winning for
Yeah, you're doing all right.
a
You're,
decade and a
but I mean,
half.
you guys,
You're making your car
you
payment
guys have been
without-
doing it for a long, long time. I don't know,
Yeah.
St. Louis radio legends. I don't know. I feel like,
It's a big deal.
I feel like this is a big deal, and I don't want to embarrass myself.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't
not
have
gonna
any.
embarrass
I didn't have
yourself.
any nerves at all until I saw Mark first thing this morning. I go, "Hey man, good morning. How's it going?" You go, "I've been better."
Yeah.
Like,
I'm being honest. I'm sorry. I
In
feel
all
like
truth,
hell.
I don't want you guys going back to the retirement home and telling everybody you had a bad time. Really. That's it.
Right.
Yeah. The bus will be in the parking lot at about 9:30.
We will never
so.
ask you to do this again. This is the one time.
No, you tried. You talked
did-
about right.
I did try to
getting
get
in
you
more.
here for the rest of the
And
week.
the other part is our buddy AD down at KSHE.
Yeah.
Which we're kind of still involved with, and he goes, "Oh, fine. Lern asked for you to come in and you do it, but when I
his
want to do it,
jealousy's ugly. It's
I
fine.
know.
Look,
it is.
I can't help it. I'm your favorite. I
That's
get you guys
fine.
candy.
That's true.
Hey, at 4 a.m., I was at a gas station, which is a dangerous thing to do as a woman in a skirt.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I was at the gas station looking for Werther's for
Killed
you.
it.
And then John normally likes Winto Green Lifesavers, and the damn place didn't have any, so I got you Peppo-Mint, so hopefully that's all right. You're
Enjoy,
upset.
guys.
Mint. Mint.
Enjoy. We're going to get you ribbon candy. And,
Oh, man. Maybe tapioca.
all
What a
sorts
day.
of stuff. Oh, tapioca. Yeah.
Hey.
Get that done.
I like that.
Moon brought in grape nuts.
oh yeah,
Who loves grape
Oh,
nuts?
love me some grape
but that's
nuts.
for me.
Of
Yeah.
course you do.
Oh, you do?
Oh, and
Hey.
they did grape nuts for a while that had raisins in them. And then they just quit making them.
You're kidding.
Oh, they were excellent.
Well, that's what
Just-
I put in my grape
That's
nuts.
taking
That's-
that's eating a handful of gravel.
No,
it's pretty
not
much
because-
it. Johnny's got his bag.
And John's got
Raisins
his
in my
bag.
raisin brand.
Yeah,
If you
Raisin
wanna-
Bran.
I'll loan you some raisins,
John
Mark.
brings in Raisin Bran.
Yes. He's got pockets full of quinoa. He eats like I don't know, a
Fibrous.
caveman or something. Yeah.
It's a fibrous
No,
lifestyle.
Fibber, that's it. Yeah.
Well, John would walk around here with a briefcase. Do you still have the briefcase?
Oh, yeah,
Do you
it's
still?
over
Oh, God,
it's
yeah.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll take pics and share on our socials of all this monstrosity.
And I've always wondered
Classic briefcase.
what's in the briefcase. It's like a classic,
Oh,
like
yeah.
my dad went to
Oh,
work
yeah.
briefcase.
He's had
it
it.
cereal?
Yeah.
Show the
All
people.
this time I've been watching you come in and out with a briefcase.
Look at there.
John's rolling away.
Oh, now he's rolling away. Oh, man, got away from us. Get over there, Pops.
We got rolly chairs in here, John.
That's it. You got nice chairs, man. Nice chairs.
I usually stand up. I'm not
Yeah.
used to these
New
chairs.
tech called Wheels.
Yeah. Hey, going to the KSHE studio, it's like they're older than I am.
We got to put
They
the
are
blocks
old.
behind the wheels like for an airplane.
That's it.
Yeah.
What's in the briefcase,
That was
John?
dangerous.
Yep.
Well,
What's in
first
the
of all,
box?
only one lock works, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The other one just broke off. So if you want to get in, it's half as hard as it used to be.
We can get
Beg
you
your pardon?
going.
All right.
We just got to go to
They have
1989.
medicines for that now.
Yes.
All right. You got...
Oh,
we got lists for
papers.
albums for the show that Mark Klose and I do on KSHE called Vinyl Exam.
Okay.
List.
Free plug.
You shouldn't have asked. This will
Vinyl
take
exam,
us till about
paperwork.
8:30.
Copy for commercials that I do.
Oh my gosh,
commercial
very
copy.
important.
Okay.
Notepads with
Oh,
notes written on them.
Okay.
Okay, as one would do with a notepad, take notes.
Yeah.
Take notes.
Mail from someone I haven't answered back yet.
Okay.
Wedding invitation from 1983.
That's it. Really. Holding off on a gift.
This thing, this is a sign.
Oh, that's nice.
This is a sign.
Somebody gave me this sign.
This.
I haven't
is a
opened
sign.
it yet.
What is that?
It's like a pool sign for your pool.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It says,
cool.
welcome to our...
Oh, it's like a metal sign.
Isn't that the one where it goes, we don't pee in your house, so don't pee in our pool? Is that what it says on it? If
This
you
is
open
from-
it up,
It should.
could something. Yeah.
Can't open it.
It should, because, yeah.
Well, trust me.
John's got a
Okay,
pool.
John's got a
so
pool sign
He's
in
got
there.
a nice pool.
Oh, this is a list of my 16 nicknames that I built over 40-something
Oh,
years in
nicknames
radio.
that
Can
people
we
have given you?
Take
Yes.
a look at that. Let's hear some of those.
Oh, I would love to hear
read it?
John Ulett's nicknames. Oh, okay.
I can read it. The ones that are written on there.
All right. Okay, so these are all nicknames for John Ulett. Let me see. Johnny One Bag.
Johnny One Bag.
One bang, Johnny one.
Oh, one
one-
bang. I'm
okay.
sorry.
The one bang. See, I got one hair.
Yeah, it comes
right.
down.
Still
Yeah.
exists
Do you
on my
see an
forehead.
N on there?
I could have.
That says Johnny
One
One
Bag.
Bag.
Don't ask.
That's
Don't
That
ask.
was a testicle thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, it very well could
I was
be.
going to say one bag, but I do
Yeah.
remember Johnny One Bang.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
And I let it grow real long so that it gets down into my eye.
Why did you cross
And
out
that's
old?
when I trim it.
Why did you cross out old golden throat? I like that one.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It was taken. That name was already
yeah,
taken.
maybe it was taken, Moon. You're probably right.
Johnny Blue.
Johnny Blue, yeah, I used to sing a lot on the show when I could sing, and they called me the KSHE crooner for a while, Johnny Blue.
Okay.
And I would sing My Funny Valentine and some other songs that people would ask me to sing. I know it's
I like that.
stupid. It's old.
You know, we all know you, man. You Dog.
You Dog. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a nickname that evolved out of You-Man by a guy who was on the air with us for a while. His name was Bird. And he kept calling me U-Dog instead of You-Man because he wanted to rename me because he didn't like that Corcoran gave me that nickname.
All right.
So
All right. We're upset about that.
Okay.
Didn't
A name that you say you don't respond to anymore. Dingo.
Hey,
yeah,
Dingo.
that's when I was a kid. My nickname in the neighborhood was Dingo.
Damn, why?
It's like a wild dog.
Because I just thought I was skinnier and smaller than everybody else, so they just called me Dingo.
Okay.
I think that's cute.
Dingo, yeah.
Smitty.
Smitty. Yeah, that developed because I used to.
wild.
Actually, it started down at the stadium. Some of the guys at the stadium still call me Smitty because I just said one time in a group we were all talking and drinking and stuff. I said, "Well, I wish my nickname was Smitty because when somebody's nickname is Smitty, it's said with such vigor. Hey, Smitty, Smitty,
Yeah.
you know, Smitty. There's Smitty, you know. So
Yeah, I know a
and then
Smitty,
all of a
and
sudden they started
Smitty
calling me
lights up the
Smitty.
room when he walks in.
Yeah,
And you don't mess with a Smitty.
no,
I was going to say the one that I know is a fighter.
Yeah.
yeah.
Strong nickname for a guy, especially Smitty.
Yeah, I play old man softball with a guy named Smitty, and he's a hell of a player.
Yeah, you've never seen a Smitty get his ass kicked.
That's right.
No.
Smitty's always kicking ass.
Yeah, so
You ever seen a Smitty lose a fight?
There's
I don't think
there's
in
an
the
ass
history
being
of
kicked
Smitties.
involved a lot.
It's going to say we could change that today. I'd gladly.
Okay, this is an interesting one. Ejaculate.
oh yeah,
Ejaculate.
These are all nicknames for John Ulett, by the way.
yeah, that was that one. I did the news. I did the news for years on the morning show. So my, Edward R. Murrow, John, Jacques, Ulett is kind of French. So Craig Hawksley, the late Craig
I thought it was
Hawksley,
Lebanese.
God rest his soul, love the guy. He was a great comedian too. He came up with that. He started calling me ejaculate.
Ejaculate.
You know, I took that differently at first.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I think
Yeah.
Most people
it
would.
was meant that way, too.
Golf dick.
Yeah, golf dick. Well, when I play golf,
Just drop the golf.
You're a jerk.
Just drop the golf.
I'm a jerk to myself. I'm not to other people because people say when we're playing, I play the ball down. Okay, I don't roll it over. I don't cut any corners.
Mm-hmm.
So they say, "Man, give yourself a break. Why are you always a dick to yourself?" And I say, "Well, I don't know. I have golf
Okay,
dick
so
involved out
golf
of
dick.
that.
Is it
golf
you-
dick?
how
First
often-
name golf, last name dick. They're not calling me a golf dick.
Oh,
That's just
okay,
my
okay,
name.
yeah.
Golf dick.
Like when you walk into the clubhouse, there's a golf dick.
Yep.
No, not that golf dick. Just there's golf dick.
There's golf dick.
How often do you play?
Once a week.
Once a week?
Yeah.
Is it true? And I've never seen this. It was the rumor is that you would run to your ball.
Yep.
There's a strategy to it. Like if we all four tee off, and I have the worst shot, well, I'm up first, right? Because everybody else, and they're in golf carts. So that's when I run to my ball because I know I got a hit right away. So that's usually the only time I will run to my ball. But I have run other times.
You got to tell people it's because you're so powerful. You got to wear yourself out a little bit to make it even.
No.
Well, Tim was just golfing with John and a couple of Tim's buddies. You went out with him a couple weekends ago, and they were like, John, we had a cart. John didn't want to take the cart. John walked his entire bag, to
They
each hole.
did not drive around Mr. John Ulett.
They tried. They asked, and you
Oh,
declined.
you refused to get in the cart?
Wow.
I haven't been in a golf cart in 30 years.
Was there an incident?
No.
Well, there was an incident,
Well,
yes.
no,
I flipped one over once.
He's cheap. He won't pay for a cart. He's just like, oh, look.
I get that.
$8? No, not
get
me.
Oh, no, that's not that.
That's exactly what it is.
No, I just included into my routine of workouts and stuff like
Well,
that.
no, and I
But
heard
did
it was-
flip one over once.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. It's an old golf course down in South County called Arrowhead, and a real steep hill, and it had no roof on it. Our golf bags were on the back, like normal. We're going down this hill, and it's wet, and I hit the brakes, and it started sliding sideways, and there was a hole in the middle of the golf cart, the asphalt golf cart. It caught the back tire, and that thing totally flipped over.
Oh, wow.
My buddy jumped out, Mike Schrader, Dr. Sex was his nickname.
Dr. Sex, okay.
Dog. Our dog.
We need to get better nicknames on this show.
Yeah.
I couldn't get out. The inertia was not allowing me to get out. It was totally upside down. I fall out of the golf cart, land on my head and shoulders.
Oh, my God.
Roll, keep rolling. The golf cart goes bang, upside down, snaps all our golf clubs off, and then rolls back on all four. I mean, it was, I saw it coming down on me. I just kept rolling, and it just missed me. Yeah. But that's not why I don't get in golf carts.
Man.
Huh. No, it's a good like cardio thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Run to the ball. They golf. It's a lazy man sport, right? That's what they say.
Yeah. It stands for Geezers on Location Forever.
Right, you hit the ball, you get in the cart. This man's turning it into a workout.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Old golf dick over here.
Golf dick.
Okay, the Wizard is another nickname, but I think that one's taken already.
Yeah.
Who calls you the Wizard?
The Wizard. I forget who called me that.
Only Ozzy calls
I
him.
can't remember that one. I don't know.
The Godfather.
Godfather of the Classics. Is what they
Okay,
would
Godfather
call
of the
me,
Classics.
Yeah.
Professor U, man, we know from all your
Cardinals
Cardinal
kids.
stuff.
Yeah.
Cardinal kids. Johnny Bongo.
Oh, Johnny
Yeah, that just
Bongo.
recently developed, and I thank Mark Klose for that. And he's included me in his band to let me play bongos once in a
All
while.
right, Johnny
Nice.
Bongo.
He told us we did the car show 2 years ago, and all of a sudden he goes, I've always wanted to play a Santana song.
Yeah.
And I go, have you ever played percussion? He goes, no. And I said, well, that's probably one of the harder bands to get involved with, Santana. So we brought him up, put him behind the bongos, and he was having the best of time. And then we've informed him after the show that his microphone wasn't on, but it really didn't affect him.
You look he's doing it.
He was getting into it big time. So now we
Bongo.
have special appearances from Johnny Bongo.
And he had bongo drums in the KSHE studio for a long time.
Yes.
Now I'll use my briefcase.
What's this last one here? Batistava?
Bodhisattva.
Learn gave me that.
That's
Steely Dan song?
Steely Dan song.
Okay.
But I call him Bodhisattva, and it just fits you. Like anytime I text him, like randomly, I'm like, "Hey, Bodhisattva," because that song's like Bodhisattva.
Right.
Yeah. Got a swing to it.
You're a man of many names, so now we know what's in that briefcase.
There you go.
Now you know why I'm semi-retired.
I've known him 47 years, and I couldn't tell you one of those names, except for Johnny
Bongo.
No, none of them.
You guys have known each other for 47 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I trained him.
Yeah, Mark trained me on the board.
That's the sad.
All right, so Mark Klose, what year did you start in music? Not in music, in radio.
72.
72.
1972 is the first one everybody hits with, yeah. So 72 at KSHE. Johnny got there in 76.
Yeah.
John was the first person hired at KSHE Radio that had radio experience.
Oh, you did?
That's how sad it was over there at that point.
You guys
yeah.
are both St. Louis, right? I mean,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
were born and raised in St. Louis.
Yeah.
To work at a radio station in your hometown,
Oh,
I mean, is
Yeah.
a thing in itself.
right, right. But early on at KSHE, most of the guys that got hired, you would get hired as a gopher. In other words, delivering bumper stickers, T-shirts. You would do all that. $25 a week. Major coin is what I was making. And and then you would just try and get on the air. Hope somebody would get sick, push them down a flight of steps,
have a
whatever you
car
needed to
accident,
do.
yeah.
Have a car, disconnect their steering.
So-
and then,
So KSHE is when 1961 it signed on, right?
67.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
67. So when you got to KSHE, who was on the air then?
Sir Reddy was doing mornings. Ron Stevens was there. Bob Birch was there. And who else was back
Prince
in the
Knight?
day? Prince was gone already.
Yeah.
Prince was gone.
Ted Habeck. No, he was.
No, Teddy
he
came
after
later.
you,
Jim Singer, buddy of mine. So we all, and a lot of those guys started by making coffee, sweeping the floor,
yeah.
digging ditches. all
Yeah,
that
that's
fun
how
stuff.
I got my start too. Was
Yeah.
driving the van around.
Yeah, exactly.
Handing out stickers, going to
Right.
promo events, going to concerts.
Sure.
Yeah, did you guys ever think about, because Rizz started in radio in New York, so, I mean, as St. Louis radio guys, did you think about the coast or those bigger cities, and did you ever want to get to a bigger city than St. Louis?
Well, when I was at Broadcast Center, when I was really young, I thought that's what you had to do. You had to keep working up and climbing the ladder, and you wanted to get to the big cities. And then nobody wanted me, and I realized I better just stay right here.
Right. It's kind of hunker down here.
Yeah, good move.
So, Mark, what was your first shot? When did you get on the air first?
Somebody was sick, and it was like in an afternoon, like at about 11:30, quarter to 12. They said, hey, so-and-so's not feeling good. They had to go home. So they put me on. And back and then we were queuing up records. I don't even know if people know what a record is anymore, but you would put the needle on, spin it backwards, and get it to right. You guys, Moon and you guys, and I know you never did that, did you, Lerny?
What?
I started when it was CDs.
Okay, so we queue up a record to get it where you want it, put the needle on, and you'd spin it backwards and get exactly where you want it to start. So I was filling in, and I'm in my hand shaking, and I'm trying to put that. I was scared out of my mind.
Do you remember the first song you ever talked up?
Well, you didn't talk up a song, brother. Not on KSHE.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my
All right.
God, they'd burn the
Whoa.
building down.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Walking
on
on
the music.
toast.
No. You would, and we used to do the best word, we used to do the album of the week. And it was just on a Friday night at 7 o'clock. And we'd say it's time for the album of the week, and it's Led Zeppelin 4. If you're recording, start your machines now.
Yeah.
And we'd pause 5 seconds and start the record. And about a year and a half into it, all the record guys are going,
Yeah, can you stop doing
that's
that?
not a really good idea. We'd like to try and sell a couple of those records if we could.
I know Moon used to do the same thing as me. We used to record stuff off the radio.
Yeah, on tape.
Oh, God, yeah. Just put it, you'd call and wait for the things. So many people, too, had gone to Vietnam and taken their cassettes with them and listened to KSHE and came back with it and stuff. So, yeah, it worked with the guy. Lou Goat had come back from Vietnam. A guy worked with at the station. So, yeah, that was...
It's wild to think.
Yeah, I had this double tape deck boombox, and I would record.
Yes.
I would record a whole bunch of breaks, and then I would cut out the DJ, and I would pretend that I was the DJ.
Really?
Even though I did not know the song titles or who it was, I would just make it up. I go, that was so and so doing this, and here's this.
I had no idea that was your passion. That radio was your passion. I thought you started in music and then kind of worked your way into radio, and it was kind of a second career.
Nothing was my passion that had to do with my voice. Just because I was super embarrassed. I've been made fun of for my voice. Still am every day on this show.
He's in his spare time, he's a Minnie Mouse.
Yeah.
So he gets excited. It's Mickey Mouse all the way.
So I was made fun of for my voice. So these were tapes that no one ever saw. I just did it for myself in the room. And then there was a couple broadcasters that I was really into that I would study. And I was studying entertainers. And I got a passion for music in 1991, watching this Garth Brooks thing with my dad. And then I was just like, you know what? Maybe I can play instruments. So I taught myself guitar and did that all through high school. me and Johnny Venus, like, we were like, well, let's be in a band. Let's be in a band.
Yeah.
The only reason that I'm singing is because we had a singer that didn't work out, and we had shows booked. These were too cool to cancel, bro. So I was just like, oh, let's get this guy, and we got this guy. And about 15 seconds of the first song, I was like, "This is not going to work."
This is not the guy.
And I jumped up to the mic and I just started going. And
That's
then,
awesome.
And I was just like, you know,
Very
what?
cool.
Forget
Well,
it.
it's almost kind of the way you started. Now somebody got sick and couldn't do a
Absolutely.
gig.
You got,
Yeah.
they got to put somebody
Well,
on.
and I was
2.0.
And I was always able to sing. I was always like a good singer and able to sing. So once I had the need and forced myself into doing that, it was just like, you know what, I'll just do this. Well, so we were a 3-piece. Now radio came in because I'd traveled the planet, not just the country, but I'd been in every single radio station, every single one, doing morning shows, playing acoustic, and sold a ton of records, did a lot of stuff, saw a lot of stuff in radio. And then I was talking to Tommy one day and I said, hey man, he actually said, you should be on air. You should do something. And I was like, listen, dude, listen to my voice. It's announcer voices, like voices like yours and Stern and Rizz
Thank
and
you.
all that kind of
Thank
stuff.
you.
Yeah.
And he said, "Now that's the old days. It's about voice and personality now."
Well, just think, Mark, those opportunities, like the opportunity you had, cannot happen anymore for young kids in radio.
No, they don't exist. They don't
I
exist.
guess it could kind of happen on the internet, maybe.
Well, no, I'm saying the guy gets sick.
Right,
and
right.
You got to
Oh,
jump
yeah,
in
yeah,
because,
yeah.
now everything's on computer.
Yeah.
Maybe in a secondary market, maybe if you go out, somewhere like out in the weeds and you cut your teeth doing midnight to 6.
Yeah.
Because you'd come
Overnights,
on,
yes.
you could be terrible, and very few people were listening, and the ones that were had no idea what they were listening to, at least on KSHE. And now you've just got to, just say, okay, try and throw them in and see what happens. But man, some of the overnight people we had for a while.
Oh, when I did
Beauties.
overnights, it was brutal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was, but I was young.
Yes.
And
That's
just
where
wanted to be on the air.
Yes, and that's where you learn your craft. Yeah, you go at it. So,
Okay, so when did you meet John?
let's see. I started in 72. Johnny showed up in 76.
Yeah, May of 76.
He came walking in.
Well,
and
we had a broken leg when I started.
broken leg
So
from
broadcast center graduate.
Yeah, a broadcast center, but I had already, I wasn't working in Jeff City at the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so Ron Stevens was trying to hire me to come to KSHE, and I kept turning it down.
Tell him why. Tell him why.
Well,
Tell them why.
I really wanted to get into sports radio.
Yeah.
I didn't.
No,
think
no,
KSHE
no, it's
was
got nothing to do with it.
Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
I didn't think KSHE was the avenue that I needed to take.
No.
And so he kept being persistent, and I even lied to him and said, my mother and father don't want me to work there because it's a drug station.
drug
The
station.
drugs.
Well, I mean,
And-
Sweetmeat's smoking a joint.
Right.
It's in the
Right,
logo.
right.
To
Yeah,
be fair,
you know.
It's a mascot smoking a joint.
Really.
Yes.
It's trademarked, thank you, but it is our logo. So,
So, I wanted to get back in St. Louis. I was in Jeff City, wanted to play softball with my buddies, had a girlfriend here.
Ow!
So, yeah.
You don't need to brag, okay?
yeah.
I said, all right, I'll take the job.
Oh,
I
okay.
took the job.
We're so lucky.
And I stayed there
Wait,
47
so why
years.
didn't you want to take the job? Because
Drugs.
It's the drugs. His mom thought it was a
But I
drug
thought that was
station.
no, that's the truth.
No, because I didn't think it was the direction I wanted to go with
Okay,
my
so you
career at
wanted
the
to
time.
do
I wanted to be
sports radio.
sports radio. Yeah. What little sports radio there was back then.
Was
it
it just KMOX?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
2 hours in the evening on KMOX and on Sunday mornings.
Was there anybody you wanted to emulate?
Jack Buck. I wanted to be wanted to be like Jack Buck, and of course I didn't have that.
Didn't
kind of
turn out,
skill.
did it?
Didn't
Yeah.
turn out that well.
But man, you got close.
Yeah, well, I got close to him. Yeah,
Yeah.
He was always an interesting fellow to be around. But anyway, so I took the job and I showed up I was supposed to show up on the 24th of May. On the 23rd of May, I broke my leg playing softball in Forest Park. Mm-hmm. And so I was in a lot of pain. I couldn't come in. I called Ron. I said, I can't make it in. I broke my leg.
For your first shift.
Shelley Grafman, who ran the station at that time, said to Ron, if he can't show up for his first day of work, we don't need him. Get somebody else. And Ron said, no, he's the guy I want him to come. He called me up. He said, you're coming in tomorrow, right? And I said, all right, I'll be in tomorrow. So I came in on crutches.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
And he had one of the, I'm fighting a summer cold, pardon me. He had one of the greatest froze you've ever seen. I mean to tell you.
Oh, I've seen pictures.
Oh, his hair would show up
So
like
great.
10 minutes
It's like an
before he
angel
got
kissed his
there.
head.
He was like, I'm telling you, it was
You got a great voice.
out
Thank
there. It was a big, Neil Schoen from Journey
Yes.
looked like his brother. I mean, they could have been just brothers, and he had this just crazy ass hairdo going out
And the
everywhere.
Look at Moon.
mustache.
Say Moon pulled up
You
a
know.
picture.
I was trying to emulate you, man.
nice.
I was
Look at
like,
that.
man,
Tips. All
I seen you,
right.
man, back in the 70s. I want to look like you, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Moon. Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's me.
Look at that.
I know when you first see him with long, shaggy hair like that,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Who is that?
I
Yeah.
have one of those froze as well.
Yeah, I didn't know what to do when I had hair. I didn't know what to do with it. Then after I lost it, I started, putting the glue in there. What do you call that?
The hair-
hair
the
gel.
hair
Yeah, so
gel,
I-
yeah.
hey,
The glue.
Grease.
The glue.
Yeah,
That's part of the problem.
I said, hey,
Yeah.
now I don't have any hair, but I got these style techniques, and I
What
failed miserably back then.
what did you get hired for? Like what shift? And how old were you?
I was 19.
19.
Isn't that so great?
Yeah, I was 19. I first started doing production. For the first few months, I was doing production and working weekends. They wanted me to get used to the board and all that kind of stuff, and learn the music because you had to
You picked your own
know
music.
the music, pick your own music.
There was nothing was programmed. You came
Yeah.
in and did your entire show.
And my buddy Jim Gutermuth, the first time I was on the air, he came because we had the window to the studios out in
Yeah, I want
Crestwood,
to ask about that.
little
Yeah.
building. And he listened to KSHE because I was out of town for, working out of town. I didn't know what was happening necessarily on the station every day. He came to the window and he helped me pick all my music for the first 3 or 4 shows.
Yeah.
that
No
I was
way.
on there.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
And you'd literally have records. I mean, you'd go.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
They were all alphabetized, and if someone called up and said, hey, Allman Brothers are, if a band was coming to town, you'd play like an hour of them. If it was raining outside, you'd play 2 hours of rain music.
And listeners got to know who was on the air
By
kind
their
of by
music
what
taste.
kind of
on there,
music.
what they played.
What they
Yeah.
played.
Man, that's
Yeah.
cool. What
So
a,
like I
what a
got like
day.
Mark Klose's music style, so that's
Right.
my favorite.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then John was on. It was crap. I mean, you just knew
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Ulett.
I'm more of a Mark guy.
What were you known as, like, as far as the music you liked?
I guess probably when I went
Stop.
to mornings, I started mornings in 76 or 7, and I was pretty mellow. I did a lot of and this is on KSHE, Linda Ronstadt, Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, Crosby, Stills and Nash, Dave Mason.
Yeah. We were day parted heavily,
Yeah.
too. You could only play certain artists before 10 o'clock.
Yeah, right. So I didn't even start, and then I did a thing at 9 called Closest Cut Above, which I still do, which was a long track, so I could go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
pretty much what it was.
Ask what
Yes.
what you're going to the bathroom.
And you
song.
just hope it wouldn't. You'd get in there, and all of a sudden it would skip, and you're like, oh, God.
a whipping post from Allman
Oh,
Brothers.
yeah,
yeah,
live
yeah,
version.
live, yeah,
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
For us,
So-
it was you put on any Metallica song,
Metallica
Yeah.
or Tool.
Master
Yeah.
of Puppets,
One.
Metallica, or one from
Yeah.
Metallica, or
Yep.
anything from Tool, and you can run to the bathroom.
take
Yep,
your
yep.
break.
But those would go max out, like 8-9 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we had
We're 18
14,
close to
15,
the edge.
20,
Yes.
20
You were getting
album
sandwich.
sides.
Yeah, you could
Yeah.
do the
Oh.
extended version and it got a Davita.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You
you
go
would.
home, make a sandwich.
Yeah, 16
We had a guy,
minutes.
our buddy Jimmy did overnights at KSHE, and he would, at like 2 in the morning, he'd get hungry. So he'd put an album side on. He would drive down the street on Watson Road. There was an Eat Right Diner down in the corner of 66 and Laclede Station. He'd call up. He would order 2 pork chop sandwiches. He'd get in his car, put an album side on, go tooling down. He'd get about halfway there, and it would start skipping. He's like, the hell with it. Go all the way down, get his pork chop sandwiches, come back and have his meal at the 2,
Wow.
3 in the
Yeah,
morning.
it's
So
amazing how it worked back then. So what could you not play before 10?
I don't even know so much. Some of the stuff is like
Yeah,
you wouldn't
Deep
get into the real,
Purple.
real heavy stuff.
Okay.
And everybody, even the heavier bands, everybody's got ballads. So you could go with the ballad, and then if you did Black Sabbath, you did Changes, and get into stuff that was a little more mellow. And that was more, I think, a lot with me too. It's just the music that I liked. And then at 9 o'clock, I would start picking it up.
And the way KSHE was, so it was accessible to listeners.
Oh, yeah.
So
The building out there
Yeah.
in Crestwood was, yeah.
and it's famous for the window,
Right.
Where listeners would go to the window
Yeah.
Right.
And
Well-
steal records.
and steal
Yeah.
records.
That
Well-
would happen, yes.
Well, okay, so you're looking straight ahead, and the control board's in front of you, and the window is behind you. So you can't see anybody.
Yeah.
You could hear them come in, and right to your right, this is hard to explain, are the wall of records, and they're all alphabetized. So people would come in, the windows that would kind of lean in.
Yeah, because the record rack went all the way up to the window.
To the window. So you'd sit there and you'd be on the air and hear, hold on, man, hold on. It's KSHE 95. That's music from so-and-so. And you'd hear the window go, lean in, and then all of a sudden,
It needed oil.
And then an arm.
you'd hear rustling going on, and you hear, and they'd be running up the driveway.
Oh, so they would just like reach in.
Oh,
They'd reach in.
and if you remember, John, the L's were there.
Yeah.
And I remember
was gonna
that.
ask what was right there.
Yeah.
And you'd get a
Led
call
Zeppelin.
and go, how about some Led Zeppelin? Nope. How about LRB? Nope. Little Feet? Nope. Ain't happening today, brother. They got on my records. They just, and it would happen like a couple times a year, and we'd have to call the record reps, and we need all our L's, please.
And outside the building, the landscaping was rocks, little rocks.
Yeah.
So you could hear them coming up.
Crunching up,
Yeah, yeah.
and you hear, and they're trying to climb in the window, and there's stuff going in and out that window. Bumper
Yeah.
stickers, of course, going in and out the window, and people trying to crawl in.
And then we had to sell tickets, concert tickets,
T-shirts.
caps out that window too while we were doing
Oh,
our
so
air.
while you were on there, you were
You're
also
selling stuff.
like ring a
Right.
register.
Right. But the cool part about that is we're not making any money at all. I mean, $25 a week, and you're doing a weekend shift. Some guy, hey man, I'm from Cape Girardeau. I need some T-shirts, and I go, all right. He goes, how much? I go, $5. He goes, man, all I got is $4. Done. Boom.
Whatever.
Honey, we got dinner tonight.
That's
so
right.
yeah, we got our $4. We're hitting $1 or $2, and we're all good.
Yeah.
You stole money.
You stole money. Wow.
Oh my
Not
God.
you, John.
No, you said you did. I never did that.
Listen, every once in a while you gank a CD or an
Oh.
album from a radio station.
You got to do something, man. $25 a week
Perks
wasn't
of the
cutting
job.
it. Yeah, just
You guys ever get in trouble? I mean, because back in the day, and you hear these stories about bands breaking because the DJ, flipped from the A side to the B side, or
Right.
somebody handed him a record, and he just on a whim, played it. Anything for you guys as far as nobody had heard of so and so, and I put something on and it took?
I mean, there are songs that are from artists that are kind of obscure artists for
Right,
they're
yeah,
called
the
KSHE
KSHE
Classics. Like when
Classics,
I was music director for about 2 years, and I helped develop KSHE Classics from Wiggy Bits,
Oh, yeah. Great band.
Dirty Tricks,
Yeah.
little obscure stuff like that. Because they would come in and beg for you to play, and we could play whatever we wanted. So we were all susceptible to that kind of pressure. All the DJs were. And I just gave in easy because I don't know. I'll play it for you.
Yeah, you know,
what
be
the
nice
heck?
guy. I don't want to be
Wiggy
that.
Bits.
Right, I want to be the
Yeah.
ass.
But there was also stuff that we'd play for a while, and then you'd realize, whew, this is not good.
This is garbage.
And it would just, and it would get tossed. But there's so many bands that broke out of St. Louis. Bob Seger, Ted Nugent, REO Speedwagon, Little River Band.
yes,
I mean, you can just
yeah,
go on.
yeah.
There's a ton of rock and roll bands because we were able to play their music, and then they would come in concert. Well, you tell the story, Marshall Tucker Band. When those guys were all together and playing, one of the greatest bands I'd ever seen in my life. They were
Marsh
just,
Tucker's Can't You See?
oh my
yeah.
God, just
Great
unbelievable.
band.
We had them for a birthday party, sold it out, 18,000 people at the arena. 4 days later, they do a show in Los Angeles, and they had to cancel it because they couldn't sell it in a 3,500
That's
seater.
crazy.
That's so many of those bands were in St. Louis were just hardcore St. Louis bands, and then they broke nationally
Yeah.
after.
Sammy Hagar.
Oh,
Yeah,
and Hagar will tell you.
He'd go to
direct,
Kansas City and maybe 1,000 people.
Yeah.
Here he'd do 15,000.
What was it like? I mean, I just being born in 1985 and having all of this legendary rock and roll like my entire existence. I don't remember a time that it didn't exist. And so you guys remember like the come up of actual rock and roll in the 60s and 70s. I mean, did you know that it was as big of a deal when it was happening? Like as it was unfolding in like 69 into 70, that entire decade, could you feel how huge it was going to be, or did you just think, oh, this is just normal?
I mean, once I got to KSHE and I started digging into what KSHE was playing and what was out there and what was available by these artists that nobody knew, I started getting a real good feeling for this place is kind of special. And you picked up on the exuberance of the audience for the music and what you were playing, and it wasn't long after that I realized, this is exciting. Every day you went into work, you knew you were going to play something. Practically every day, you'd go and play something new that was going to be exciting and
Right.
successful.
Well, the album would come in and somebody hands you, go, what's that? It's a band called Boston.
Yeah, remember that
Boston.
album sat on the floor
Yes.
in Ron Stevens' office for like 3
Yeah.
weeks.
His favorite.
Yeah,
Really
we're
awesome.
like, what is this? And is this more than a feeling? Okay, and then we get to go deeper into the track, so we're playing all the stuff that goes on it. But what Johnny was also saying, too, with the response to the audience, is that it was real rock radio underground, under St. Louis.
Yeah.
We're like the real hip, you know. And in the beginning, I mean, the only people that advertised were head shops, you know, waterbed stores.
John, your parents were right.
Yep, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Believe me when I tell you, the amount of going on. But
it was a great lie.
Which we would do the KSHE kite flying contest, which we did down at Forest Park, and it was just.
Isn't it like famously Kiss played?
That was in 1974. Kiss played, and we did
kite flying
and
thing.
Rush.
And no, that was the next year.
Oh.
Kiss was 74. It did 40,000 people.
Damn.
And this was right across from the old arena. It's called Aviation Field right there, I think. And then the next year in 75, the last year, we had Rush open for Charlie Daniels,
That's right.
and we did 80,000 people.
It made national news.
Oh man, and it's you get on stage, and you would look out, and it literally looked like Woodstock. Well, everywhere you looked, and I tell a story.
80,000 people in Forest Park.
In Forest
That's
Park.
incredible.
You know those softball fields along Highway 40?
Yeah,
That's
just
the area.
slammed. And they used to have that
Incredible
walkway that went across Highway 40. That they had traffic cops over there directing people in and out, and we had somehow I was in charge of like sound and some stuff and porta-johns, and we had 8 porta-johns for 80,000 people.
Wow.
So pretty much.
I know you're a germaphobe there, John, but I can't imagine.
Started that day.
It's
Well,
just
and there was the picture of all the dudes peeing on one of the buildings.
the
Yeah.
administration building. I'm sitting on
It's
the
still
stage and
there.
I'm looking
Such
out,
rebels.
and I look over and I see the administration building completely surrounded by guys. I'm like, wonder what they're. Oh, I know what they're doing. I wouldn't want to have been there Monday morning, walking in Monday morning. So this was the last year that we were allowed at Forest Park.
Yeah, I was
So,
looking at pictures.
Yeah.
The Post-Dispatch just had pictures of
Yeah.
Super Jam,
Oh, yeah, down at Busch Stadium,
which
yeah.
was probably after the kite.
Oh, God,
Yeah,
yeah. They were like, what, 75, 78 up to.
76.
Yeah, 76
late
might have been.
70s,
Yeah, it'd been the first year, but those
Early
were great
80s.
too. And they'd have all kinds of, Sammy Hagar rolled up in his red Trans Am right to the stage and jumped out and got up because he was big. Gypsy, who the only people in St. Louis and Minneapolis, nobody knew who Gypsy was.
Yeah.
So
and people were dropping like flies.
Oh, so hot.
because,
Who's got a picture up?
because the
Look at that crowd.
stadium had the
Yeah.
artificial turf.
Yeah.
Right. And they
So-
put down plywood and then canvas on top of it. So it was like 140 degrees
That's-
on the surface. That's dog.
That's
Oh, wait, somebody-
Dr.
that's,
Sex.
that's Dr.
That's
Sex.
Dr.
right
Sex.
there.
Somebody
Yeah.
said it's a picture of a man named Dr. Sex.
Yeah.
Yes.
Guarding
With
John.
the-
That's Johnny in the window. and he's
Guarding
got his,
John Ulett.
with his 12 gauge.
But it's 12 gauges,
Yeah.
and John's in the studio.
Yeah. Things were pretty wild in Crestwood back then. It was you had to protect yourself at all times.
I think it's
That's-
still like that now, actually.
That's the window, and to the right where all the records are, and you could lean in and
to
grab
my-
the records,
yeah,
just go running away.
That's great.
Yeah, we got this place now locked down like Fort Knox.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, the security back then.
You have to.
Remember, Ron Stevens was on the air one day in the afternoon. A guy came running in, and I was in the front office. The guy came into the building, just full speed, bounced off the wall, ran down the hallway, ran into the studio, and Ron had just said something on air and turned the mic off. And this guy just pulled him right out of his chair.
Holy
It was
cow.
ready to just beat the hell out of him. So I go running down and I grab this guy. And,
Oh, you were in the building at the time?
Oh yeah, I watched it. So
Can you imagine?
Yeah, and I
That's
just
why
go,
Moon and I, by the way, are armed to the teeth.
That's
just
right.
Yes,
so you know.
absolutely.
Always.
And I go down, and this guy's just like, so I got him, and I got him like in a chokehold, and Ron's on the floor, and looks up to me, and he goes, "Who is that guy?" And I go, "I didn't get his name. He just came running in, but he wanted to kill you." So then, like 2 weeks later, he is at the window talking to Ulett, or talking to Ron. So yeah, I think
freak out.
He didn't play Frank Zappa one day, and he got pissed at him and wanted to kill him, I guess, or something. I don't know. So.
Oh, just the passion of that radio station.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. We
And then we'd sell tickets to concerts.
Oh, yeah.
Not just out the window. That was on the weekends, but in the main offices we sell tickets.
Yeah.
And so we announced during the weekend tickets go on sale Monday for Supertramp.
Right.
And then people would start lining up outside the building, and it was a real cold night one night, and they were getting real cold, so they went down to the
apartment
complex, which was right down the hill and across a little street there, and they tore apart the picket wooden fence.
Oh, it just started.
And they made a huge bonfire.
and had them like in trash cans and they're burning. I came and I was doing mornings and there's like 400 people in line.
Yeah,
And
you'd go into work, you'd step over all kinds of people.
And they got, sleeping bags and all. And I see these big 55-gallon drums, barrels, and they're burning stuff. And I'm wondering what they're burning. And like 9 that morning, the manager comes up from the They came in and they tore down like the dividers of the decks in the back of the bed, just tore them down and burned them. So they weren't really fond of us after that for a while. So.
That was kind of the beginning of Crestwood wanting us to get out of town.
Yeah.
And then we ended up moving down to Union Station because we
get the riffraff out of there.
That's
they didn't realize what they had there in Crestwood, and they could have turned that into a nice rock and roll.
I'm trying to think where that
museum.
I mean, I'm not that familiar with Crestwood.
Gold's
right
Gym,
across from the plaza.
From the Crestwood Plaza.
Yeah, there's the Schnucks,
right?
Gold's
That's where I grew
Gyms,
up. Yeah, I had a fort over there. There was it was a different place back there.
Yeah.
And that was a scene. I had a fort on the other side of the road. There used to be a drive-in across.
66 parking.
Yeah. So we had a fort behind the wall of the drive-in.
Yeah.
We could
And
see
what year
movies.
did-
from here.
What year did KSHE move to
That's where I
Union
grew up.
Station?
86.
86. That's around the time you were building forts.
Yeah.
Were you at Crestwood?
Yeah, that's where I grew up. I grew up right down the street.
What street?
Sappington.
Really?
Yeah, man.
I used to live off Sappington.
Yeah.
Old and New Sappington.
Yeah,
Linden
dude.
Hurst by the park.
Get out here. That's my scene.
Yeah, well, I grew up in
Do
Crestwood,
you know
too.
who your real dad is?
It's Mark Close.
Yes.
We're here.
But
We brought him here today to make the
Do a
announcement.
23andMe thing.
This is your life.
Can you imagine?
yeah.
And John, when did you start doing the PA announcing for the Cardinals? What year?
First season was 83.
83.
Yeah, they had just won the World Series. And the guy who was doing PA before me, his name was Joel Myers, he also worked at KSHE.
Yeah.
And after they won the World Series, he quit or got fired. I don't remember exactly what happened. And
I would figure the year after they win the World Series.
Yeah. You'd think
But he also
stay.
So
did he move? Was he still working for us, or did he move after that? Because he went to Los Angeles and he ended up doing NBA basketball, NBC golf. He did very well for himself. Still does it.
Yeah, he's play-by-play for the Pelicans, the NBA team in New Orleans.
Oh,
That's
so
right.
he's still
going.
He's done very well.
But what happened was he quit doing news and sports in the morning with Mark in 81.
Okay.
And
so he was doing.
He was my newsman.
He was a news guy,
which is hysterical on KSHE. A newsman. That's
news
like
guy on KSHE.
That's like being director of ballet at that radio station.
And doing PA over at Bush.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And so he left, and they just had one sports and newscast on the morning show. And I was doing 10 to 3, and they said, well, we need a news guy. And a sports guy, I said, I'll do that. I can get a press pass and go to all the Cardinal games and Blues games and everything. So I decided to start doing that. And I got the press pass, and I started covering the Cardinal games. It's 1982 now. The Cardinals are winning for the first time since the late 60s, and now they're going to the World Series. Well, the station said, well, we got to send you to the playoffs and World Series to cover it.
Yeah.
Dang.
So that's how I started knowing people down at the Cardinal organization. I traveled. I got on an airplane to go to Atlanta, Georgia. That was the first playoff series. There were only 2 playoff series, Division Series and then World Series. I get on the plane, and I sit at the window, and who comes and sits next to me is Stan Musial and his wife. And I sat on that airplane and flew all the way to Atlanta next to Stan.
Okay, and this is a commercial flight?
Yes. No. It's
the charter flight?
Charter flight with media and players.
That's so
Wow.
cool.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
Did you say anything?
And so, just a little bit, His wife, I can't think of her name. Lil. Yes, Lil.
I bet you just like me.
Lil.
Like
she was a talker.
you get on a plane and you go and you see somebody famous get on. You go, please don't sit next to me.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like please don't sit next to me because I don't. This is going to be awkward. I don't know what to say. What if I went on? I was remember the story. I was coming back from New York. Andy Cohen and Anderson Cooper sit next to me.
No kidding.
Jackpot.
I go,
Yeah.
Wow.
you know what I went? Oh, no.
I would have been so
what did they say?
excited.
I got nothing.
No, he said, "Oh no," because he's like, these guys are going to want to talk to me because
No,
I
no,
know-
no.
They go,
They probably thought you were so hot.
No.
I don't want to talk
I
to
didn't
anybody.
say a word to them. I did not say a word.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. What am I going
What are you
to
gonna
say?
say?
Oh, I would have said it. I would have
What
been
am
like,
I gonna
Andy,
say?
because we interviewed him. I'd be like, wait, I've already interviewed you. And I've always wanted to meet Anderson Cooper. That would have been a dream.
In my mind, it's like they're thinking this annoying guy who's a fan is sitting next to us the whole flight. He's not going to shut. I don't want to.
Yeah. You didn't want to be
hi.
that guy. Yeah.
Same thing happened. I was flying to New York. Dan Dierdorf sat right next to me. He was flying to New York to cover the Giants.
Right.
That's when he was doing play-by-play.
He was my brand new sports guy when I was at Camo X.
Did not say a word. He was reading the play, like the notes for the game.
Wow.
Then you watch the game, and I know what he's
And
going
I
to say next.
watched
That's
the
right.
game.
Yeah.
And I said, first of all, he was a big guy.
Yeah.
And he limped onto the plane.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did not say a word. I get so nervous around like very famous people. I just
everybody
don't want,
does. That's
I don't want to
yeah.
embarrass myself. And
Yeah.
you sit next to Stan Musial,
Yeah.
I would have jumped off the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have taken the
Open
emergency
those
slide would have
doors.
gone out.
can't
Open
deal with
those
this.
doors.
Well, so anyway, the Cardinals win the World Series, and as you know, as I said, Myers left or quit, and they said, "Hey, why don't you audition?" And I did, and so if I wouldn't have volunteered for that one little newscast with Mark Klose in 1981, I never would have been in line for that position.
So
Well,
once
how did you
get
get in line for it?
They asked me to audition.
And that's it?
Because he was
it.
going down, he had a press pass, so he was going to all the games, and he got to know
I just got to
everybody
know
from
the
going to
people
the
down
game.
there from that 82
And they just
season.
say, hey, do you want to, what did you say? Jim is his name? Jim?
Joel Myers.
Joel
Myers, yeah.
Joel's leaving. Do you want to audition for the job?
Yes, because like I said, I made friends during that season, the championship season, and it just worked out. And
What was
they
the
said
audition?
I just made a tape. I made a cassette tape in the studio, just acting like I was announcing players.
Oh, man.
And I think they kind of Marty Hendon was one that asked me to.
Do you still have that tape?
I might somewhere.
God, I'd love to hear that.
Yeah, and so.
Number 24.
No, I don't. I gave it to him, and so they have it.
Do you remember what you did?
Yeah, I just announced the Cardinals lineup, and so. But I got a feeling. I kind of had a feeling that he was asking me to do it to audition because he wanted to hire me in the first place. So
It was a formality.
It seemed like it to me, but
What was the
I
lineup?
don't know for sure.
What was the lineup your first year?
Well, Ozzie Smith leading off, playing shortstop.
Do it in your stadium voice.
He's not like a monkey for tricks.
Yes.
But it's so fun.
Yeah, he
Read it
kinda-
like the radio. Do it like you're at the Busch Stadium.
kinda-
it's so
I wanna know if
good.
he knows the
come
lineup.
on.
He
The
kinda
shortstop.
is,
Hey,
actually.
Number
Cardinals-
one.
Leading
Cardinals
off and
had a-
playing shortstop for your St. Louis Cardinals, Ozzie Smith.
Yes.
Batting second, playing center field, number 51, Willie McGee.
How cool is
so
that?
forth and so
Yep.
on. Yeah.
And now when you call, I'll call him
When-
about talking about our show, and I'll call him, and I forget that there's a game going on. And I go, and he goes, hey, what's going on, man? I don't know. And he goes, hold on. Number 24 coming to bat. I'm like, why'd you
off
tell me
your
you're doing a
phone.
game? He goes, hold on. Then he would come back, we'd have our conversation.
Yeah,
It's weird, but it's cool.
Well, when they hired me, they said, we want the same ambiance for every game, so we want to hire somebody who's going to make every game. And I said, well, I'm your guy. I'll make every game.
You do, John.
And
I mean, baseball, it's a long
Season.
Yeah. I mean, it's my every year I consider it my mountain to climb.
Achilles.
Yeah. And everybody in my family
81
knows.
games.
We
Yeah,
work
not
around
counting
the
playoffs.
We
Yeah.
work around the Cardinals schedule. My daughters schedule their weddings around the Cardinals schedule.
Wow.
Yeah.
My daughter's birth that's coming up is
Yeah, congratulations.
It's scheduled
John's
around the
grandfather.
Cardinals.
Around the Cardinals?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
John's
Wow.
going to
Looks
become a
like-
grandfather next week.
Looks
Yeah.
like everything's
So
going to be
Congratulations.
right down
Nice.
there. Yeah.
Really? We got a doubleheader, honey. You're going to have to hold on
Yeah.
before that kid pops out.
Yeah, even this grandkid knows we're on
That's
a
right.
schedule.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a new nickname because you'll have a grandpa nickname.
Pawpaw.
Pop. Are you gonna be a pawpaw? Are you gonna be grandpa?
No.
You gonna be grandpa?
Well, that's another nickname that recently developed.
Oh, no.
GDU man. Could be.
Oh,
could
okay.
be.
Yeah.
Could be granddad.
Gosh
you man.
darn. Gosh darn
yeah.
you, man.
Yeah, gosh darn.
I tend to make a lot
darn
of
you,
mistakes,
man.
and people say, "God damn you, man."
Yeah.
So it's a combination of that and granddad, you man.
Granddad, you man.
What was your most
Oh.
embarrassing moment as a Busch Stadium PA announcer?
It was in the first or second season, I remember now, and I announced a player.
Tom Brunansky.
Yeah.
I don't know. Would that have been great if that was the one?
No, it was the other team was coming because I knew the Cardinal players.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I announced a guy, and talking to other people in between announcements. Hey, how you
no.
doing? Okay. Blah, 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 blah. And another batter comes up. I announced that guy, and I noticed the guy at the plate. He kind of looks up like that. I talk to my buddy some more, and then I announced another guy, and then now that the umpire and the other player kind of look at it.
Oh no.
I announced another guy, and now they're calling timeout. Like, what's going on?
My.
Oh my goodness.
I was one batter ahead.
Right.
3 times.
5 batters.
Oh my gosh.
Still got that job.
It was the Montreal Expos too, because I remember, because they're
Canadians.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Who cares?
they were a terrible team, and nobody knew their players. I didn't know their players either.
Yeah.
That's great.
Now, I know, some of these names are hard to pronounce. You get everything phonetically. I know Tom Calhoun. He told me. Tom does the Blues games. A lot of those Russian names.
That's
are
tough. Yeah.
Really
yeah.
tough.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
guess all the PA guys have like a network. They kind of network with each other.
That's nice.
Well,
So they'll help each other out with pronunciations.
baseballreference.com. You go there, and generally they're going to have the pronunciation of the player on their individual sites. On their,
What is that? I need to write that down.
Baseball reference.
No, don't do that.
No, I can
I have a
imagine.
game
I use
plan
that.
for you.
Sure.
And then, but I'll go and ask the PR people from the other
Right.
team when they first come in, how to say the names, or the radio or TV people from the other teams how to say the names too,
Don't want to embarrass yourself.
But for me, the more interesting names are the easier ones. Once you get that down, you got it. The hard thing sometimes is making sure you got the real common names. The Smiths, the Joneses, the Ramirezes, the Garcias, to get the right first name with the right common last name.
Yeah.
That gets confusing.
So many of them.
There's so many different guys with
Yeah,
very
I'd
common
be
last
rolling
names.
my R's. I'd be Garcia.
Yeah.
That'd be my signature.
Polo would be excited.
Hernandez. That'd be my. I've always wanted to be a PA guy. That's been my ultimate, like.
Yeah.
That's my dream job.
Is it really?
I've always wanted to be
Yeah.
a PA guy.
I'm writing that down on your bucket list.
Roberts.
You've never done it?
Yes.
No. I mean, I've done it for like a high school hockey game.
Right.
Yeah.
But to be the voice of an arena, to be the voice of a stadium, has always been.
Honestly,
Dream
I've,
on.
I've never seen him so egotistically crushed and angry crushed than when he put his name forward for something he thought he would get and they did not pick up. And he was like, you know what, screw that whole place. You remember that?
What was that one?
It's a defunct team now. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Defunct.
It's the SDLFC.
Oh yeah, when they used to play over at Soccer Park.
Yeah,
was so bummed.
yeah.
So pissed off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what? I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
I'm available and I would love to announce the games. And you were like, it's mine now.
Right.
Yeah.
Number one show.
Obviously.
The number one morning show. Of course they want me.
Right.
Voice of a
And they're
god.
like, no thanks.
They didn't pick him. And he's like, good luck selling tickets.
So true story. So I was the backup for Tom Calhoun for about a season or two.
Really? I didn't
down
know
at
that.
Enterprise Center. So the man has not missed a game since 1984.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Has not, or 1982 even.
Bowels of steel.
It's like being the backup shortstop for the Baltimore Orioles when Cal Ripken was playing.
Yeah.
Like, am I playing? Am I ever going to play? Listen, it just was nice to be on the call sheet. Like, hey, if he's
Yeah.
he's
Right.
not going to make it, you're in. John,
We have a guy like that. Sorry.
I got a call.
No.
I got the call on a Monday night at like 9 o'clock. I was in bed from the Blues. I said, hey, Tom threw his back out.
You're like, yes.
We got a game tomorrow. Can you make it?
No.
I said, yeah.
Sorry, I'm busy.
You're damn right I can.
Yes.
Oh,
You're damn right. Damn right. I had a suit ready to go.
You did?
I had a suit because you're sitting on with the NHL
Right off
with
the ice.
officials. You're
Yeah.
sitting in the.
Gotta look good.
You have to get dressed up.
Yeah.
I had like my suit already pressed out. It was like in case of emergency PA announcement, like break this, break the glass, break the glass. Like my suit's there. So I'm like, and this is when we were down at Union Station.
Yeah.
When the radio station was down there. So they're like, be at the arena at 4 o'clock, and we'll give you the run through. I said, I'm there.
Yeah.
Suit's ready, pipes are ready. Drinking tea all day.
Wow. There you
go.
Ready. I call my mom.
Yeah.
Mom, I got the call.
Yeah.
Call my friends.
Yep.
What happened?
Anybody going to the game tonight? Guess who's going to be the PA guy?
Yeah.
This guy. Dreams come true.
Life
I get
changes
down there.
tonight.
I go. I meet with the with all the Blues people. They give me the script.
Nice.
Here's the rundown. Bring me down to where Tom sits,
Yeah.
like behind the glass. Like there's the microphone.
Oh my gosh.
Now before the Blues games, they have production meetings, and I'm sure they do at the Cardinals too. Like where everybody. Here's the run through the game. Here's what's going to go on. So I go. I'm in my suit. I got the script all rolled up in my hand. I've got the butterflies. My stomach's bubbling.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
Hadn't eaten
man.
anything all day.
Russian
Pepto,
names are going
Pepto.
through your head flawlessly.
Yep.
Yes, yes.
Oh yeah, I went through. I got the pronunciation guide.
Yep.
Went to the website. Everything. I'm in the production meeting, and all of a sudden I hear
No.
everybody starts clapping.
He's back.
Guess who took a pain pill?
Get out of here, Tom.
Pain pill.
Did you have were you like, get me a
I was
cane?
devastated.
I'm gonna take him out.
Yeah.
Take the knees out.
I feel like
throw him down the stairs.
I could just see
Absolutely. I'll show you what your back going out's like. Yeah.
Charlie Brown in a suit, like,
Devastated.
just walking off
I was devastated.
with your rolled up paper.
man.
And they go, okay, you could, well, while you're here, I guess you go down and you could shadow him. I go, oh, okay.
Whatever.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
gotta
right.
get up
That's
at 2.
fine. I'll go shadow him. So there was no room in that little thing, so I got to sit in the penalty box.
Yeah.
I was sitting in the
They
penalty
made
box.
you take a timeout.
Yeah, I was. So when a player were to get a penalty, I go, "What are you in for?"
Hey, man.
But you look nice, so that's,
I was
good.
devastated.
I bet.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Rizz. Who are you?
My mom called me. How'd it go?
Ooh, that's rough. So close. So close.
But having doing mornings and then having that schedule, especially 81 games, 81 games for home games for baseball. You get those games that go into extra innings, and you're counting down. All right, I could get maybe 5 hours of sleep, 4 hours of sleep. Because I think you live out by me, out west, and it's not, it's not a it's a half hour, 45-minute drive, from the stadium.
Right.
You're dragging ass the next day.
Yeah. I don't know how I did that for 37 seasons, I guess. Because lately I've been getting up at, later to get in at 7. And now I'm semi-retired. So, yeah, those years were, I don't know how I did. And I was raising children at the same time, too.
And raising kids.
Yeah, and raising kids.
And that's the one thing about doing mornings, and this is I've said this a lot. The great thing about doing mornings, if you're a parent, is you're home.
Yes.
You're home when your kids get back from school.
Right. And you go to the games at night or the afternoon and all that.
I'm there.
Yep.
I remember my dad coming home, 6:30, 7 o'clock, seeing him for an hour, and then going to sleep. And the hustle and bustle in the morning. Nobody wants to be around for the everybody getting up and breakfast and get the hell out of the house. I'm there for the good times.
Nobody wants to be around that.
I'm there when they're happy coming home from school. I'm there at the bus stop. I'm
Dad's
there
strategy.
cooking. I'm there, cooking dinner. I'm there, I get to take, the boy to hockey and the girl to cheerleading. That's one good thing about doing mornings.
When you guys were doing mornings, were you nappers?
I was.
We're nappers.
Big time.
We're nappers.
I had to. I absolutely had to. It was like 2 to 4 every day. But the problem that you were running, I don't know if this ever happened to you during the wintertime, because I'd get up and have to be there like at 5:45 in the morning. So, yeah, sorry.
Wow,
So
amateurs.
took a nap in the afternoon, slept through it, woke up. It was wintertime, and I woke up and it was 6:15. And I thought it was 6:15 in the morning.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Jumped in my car, drove, and I'm driving to work, and I'm like, what the hell are all these people doing out at 6:15 in the morning? I got halfway to work. I'm like, hey, dumbass, it's 6:15 at night. Turn around and go back home.
Same. I got up at midnight, not like a couple weeks ago, and I was so confused. And I was like, is it noon? Even though it was pitch dark out, I'm like, I'm getting up, and I started to I turned the shower on.
Oh, yeah.
I was just so out of it. And I'm like, wait a minute, it's midnight. And I just crawled back into bed.
The other one I did is I sat at a flashing red light for 15 minutes waiting for it to turn green. Right on Watson. I'm sitting. The thing had not gone to regular cycles, and it was flashing red. And I sat there for 15 minutes waiting for it to turn green. I'm like, it's time to go. It's long enough. I can go to work now. I was so dazed out.
Give it up for the wives for putting up with with such garbage.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And
Tim's still a rookie.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, this schedule. I mean, you're up earlier than you were up when you were doing KSHE mornings.
That's true. Yeah. I get up at 3:30 now.
Oh, that's nice.
Isn't that ridiculous?
It's
gross.
It's
second to most.
It's not sustainable. My circadian rhythm is
I was going to Milkman back in the day
Can you
didn't.
give him and all of us some advice on how you did it by not getting up at 3:30?
I will never not do it this way.
Yeah. Is that, why is that?
Yeah, tell us.
Because,
Weird.
Let him think about that for a moment.
I will say this, working with Rizz, actually all of you guys, their knowledge is extensive. You have, because you're just reading. You get up early and start prepping for the show.
We're not just farting around. It's not I'm literally sitting at the computer, typing up stories, looking up things. It's
research.
2.5 hours before the show, an hour I have been going home earlier. I
Yeah,
will
we
say.
used to be here till noon every day.
I
At
will say I've
least.
been going
Noon
home
was the
early.
earliest.
Yeah, but I mean, couldn't you do it in an hour and a half instead
Nah.
of 2.5 hours?
Nah, I just need to be. I'm such a crazy person
Yeah.
that I never want to run out of stuff to talk about.
And see, I feel like I
Yeah,
could talk about
well,
anything for hours on
Yeah,
end.
you know
Yeah.
that's not going to happen.
I know it's not.
But you have the fear.
But you just
that
want
it's-
that backup there. It's
I,
always
and
there.
I just can't run. I can't just come here. I need to.
Yeah.
I need
Yeah.
to acclimate.
We need
I'm
to
like
do-
a
That,
fish.
that I understand.
I'm like
That-
a fit, like
Yeah.
a goldfish, like a new goldfish. I need to acclimate to the.
We need to do a show just one time, just see what happens. Where we come in, we all get here at 5:30, and just see how that show goes. Just to
It's not going to go well.
It's
That'd be
the
an
John
interesting
Ulett
test.
show. It's the John Ulett test.
Yes.
5:30, and let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
Because I promise you it'll go well.
It's not going to go well.
Fear of failure is an incredible motivator. I mean, I think just about any successful person in their lives will admit to that's probably why they do what they do.
Oh yeah, and it's routine. You know,
Yeah.
so I started doing mornings 14 years ago, and that's the way I've been doing it.
Right.
You know, when it was the Woody and Rizz show back,
Yeah.
14 years ago, that's what we did. We got here at 3:15, 3:30. You know, worked up to the show, did the show. The show's the easy part. Like the show, once you're fully prepped,
Sure.
Once you know what's going on. I mean, you guys walked in, you got I gave you a schedule of stuff.
you
We're already
did.
off the rails, by the way. So
Yeah, I know. So we didn't look at it, but
Yeah.
yeah, we're already off the rails. Oh, by the way, it's 7:09. We do have to take our first break of the morning.
oh wow,
Wow.
that's
I
fun.
said I've
Yeah.
been in radio 51 years. I haven't talked this much in the entire 51 years that I've been in radio.
on live
Isn't it
radio.
awesome?
We just
With
doubled
this-
your
We have
minutes.
to take our first break of the morning.
That's just crazy.
Oh, we
crazy.
have, and we're gonna.
Is the sales department aware of this?
Oh,
Do
yes.
they know
They
that
don't-
the
they love
next
this.
hour
I'm
is
sure they're
commercial
all
free?
listening.
They don't listen. They don't listen.
Yeah, I'm sure they're all
Don't
listening.
Bring attention to it. All right, stay there. All right, Team Rizz Member Today is brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, proud sponsor Team Rizz. Visit hotshotsnet.com/Team Rizz from lovely Bethalto, Illinois. Christina Casting is our
Yeah,
Team Rizz Member Today.
Christina.
Christina is a loyal listener of the show, attends as many Rizz Show events as possible. Her husband has been a Team Rizz member since 2017 and always rubs it in her face. Well,
Hey,
so she's looking forward to rubbing it in his face.
love this for her.
Christina appreciates how approachable and nice the hosts of the show are and thankful for the amount of events that are put on. Well, thank
Very
you,
good.
Christina. Christina Casting from Bethalto is our Team Rizz Member of the Day. Get super sweet Team Rizz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz. All right, 7-Eleven. Wednesday. Traffic and weather, Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The wildest show in racing is this Friday and Saturday night at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Formula Drift is back for their only Midwest appearance. Go to www.raceway.com for more info. We've got a lane blocked due to debris on the road 64 eastbound just before Kings Highway. Also, a lane blocked due to debris on the road 44 eastbound before Hampton. So, similar area there. Look out, lane blocked due to a crash 55 northbound just after Revis Barracks Road. Your point forecast: storms are going to develop later in the day, especially during evening or nighttime. A chance for damaging winds, large hail, short-term flooding,
Dang.
along with low-end threat for an isolated tornado.
your eye on the
So look
sky.
out. High of 97, low of 72. Right now, well, heck, it's 71 at the Point Studio. Your point forecast is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
All right, Lern, what do you got?
I have a ton of festival news. Jonah Hill has more accusations coming forward, and we're going to jump into what I like to call classic rock judgments.
All right, classic rock judgments. The classic rockers are here. Mark Klose, John Ulett, crappy birthdays, and John's favorite porno birthday.
Oh, yes.
All coming up next. Stay
Yeah.
there.
All right.
All right, welcome back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. The socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails, RizzShow1057thepoint.com. Send us your instant feedback through the 1057 The Point mobile app. Mark Klose, John Ulett sitting in this morning.
Hello.
Was reminded again, they have a hard out at 9.
Yes.
They have a hard out at 9 o'clock. So
Yeah.
I like it.
We're so
about
busy.
An hour and a half left with you guys. Well, thanks for regaling us with those wonderful stories.
Yeah, man, that was awesome.
It's fun. Thanks for having interest. After you get old, older, you start thinking people don't care anymore.
Yeah.
You've told the stories a few times.
Couple of
It's like,
times.
nobody wants to hear that
I think a
anymore.
lot of people don't know, man. I mean, there's a huge audience that's probably my age and down that like knows a lot about KSHE, but doesn't know all the little stuff. Like I knew all the Crestwood stuff, or I thought I did. I knew the window. I didn't know the window opened. I didn't know people were stealing Led Zeppelin
yeah.
records.
I didn't know you guys were selling concert tickets and T-shirts out of the window in addition to talk, talking about music.
That's wild. Yeah, I was just talking to Video Josh in the hallway, just saying like, man, I thought I knew a lot of the stuff, and every little detail you shared was like, whoa, no way, this is awesome. So,
I met my first wife at that window.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
How'd you pick her out?
Yeah.
What was she there for?
She came with a friend. And,
paid full price for a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
Ain't no
impressed.
discounts here.
It was true love, baby.
Yeah, she took a large.
Well, listen, KSHE, I mean, such a legendary station. Been around for. Is KSHE the longest
Yes.
Yeah.
running rock station in the country?
Yes.
In the world.
In the world.
In the
Yeah,
world.
in the world.
In the world. 56 years.
56 years.
Continuous rock and roll from 1967.
I think I'm at this radio station, the point.
Yeah. One of the
It's been
early
around for 30
alternatives.
years.
Yeah.
30
Absolutely.
years. Yeah, the point is definitely headed towards that heritage station mark. I mean, and to me, heritage rock stations are just the coolest in the world. Like you think about like WRIF up in Detroit and KSHE and WMMS in Cleveland. I mean, there's so many heritage rock stations. Not so many. There's only like maybe 5.
Right.
But it's so cool that the one that is the longest running is here in St. Louis.
Well, and then the sister station's been around for 30 years.
And then the
which
point.
is unheard of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Like here in St. Louis, if you go to, look at other radio markets, this doesn't happen.
Yeah.
That 2 rock radio stations that complement each other so well.
Yeah.
Owned by the same company, and are thriving.
Yeah.
And did the same thing. Like
And are tops in the ratings.
The point is very similar to KSHE and how it broke like artists in the 90s. I mean, that was that was the foundation of what this radio station has done. So, I mean, it's
I tell you
so
what.
cool.
Yeah, I was talking to Les Aaron, and he was. I think he was pretty key in the Cranberries' success.
Oh, wow.
At least the Cranberries and a few others. Maybe it was Sixpence and somebody else. But like he was playing these British bands. I think it was on vinyl too, or maybe it was something. Yeah. And he was just hearing how that worked.
Well, I hear.
I've been here for 9 years, but that is a different world.
Here's
you guys
the
are
tell.
totally picking your playlist. That's wild.
I remember, being in the car with my mother, and she would listen to the oldie station, CBS FM.
11 years, actually. Sorry.
And I would make fun, classics, on the old person station. And now the music I grew up with is being played on KSHE.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Your
Wow.
Nirvana, your Pearl Jam, your Alice in Chains, Metallica. I mean, those are classic rock bands.
Rock bands.
Yeah.
I love it.
You were talking about Les Aaron, who a great guy, and I got him his first gig in St. Louis.
No kidding.
I was over at WMRY 101, which is kind of a freeform station. It was owned by the Catholic Church. That was interesting.
Wow.
And Les came in for a tour, and he walked in, and I said, "Hey, what can I do?" He goes, "I'd like to take a tour." And I'm like, "Want to be on the radio?" Hired him on that day.
No
He said,
way.
"You're in."
That's awesome.
I
You're there.
love that because whenever I moved to St. Louis, because he used to do the Sunday night ritual and have New Music Sunday, and I remember moving to the big city from Southern Illinois and hearing a British guy on the point, and I would be like, "That is so cool!" Because
How
British
highbrow.
guys just
Yes.
sound cooler
Yeah.
than American guys.
Right.
Sorry, but like
How
that's
highbrow
awesome.
for
Yes,
a
just-
Midwest.
that's right.
It was,
Midwest
man.
radio
And
station.
he's
to have
such
a British guy
and he's
on.
such a cool dude.
He's a
Sweetheart.
great guy. We actually had another
love
British
him.
guy who worked at KSHE in the 70s named David Rhodes.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing. He came in, he had the accent, and he would do commercials, and he was doing one for a sports store, and he goes, "And they're having a sale today on Adidas."
Yeah, listen, it
Adidas.
can
He says Adidas.
It can make the a British guy
the way you're
read.
supposed to
And that's
say
the way it's pronounced, by
Yeah.
the way. It is
Yeah.
Adidas.
It is.
Adidas is
A British guy
America's.
could read the farm report. And
Absolutely,
make it
and it would
Hell
sound
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like any sort of like Australian
Yeah.
accent. I mean,
Yeah.
I just melt.
All right, so I want to go back to you guys literally selling concert tickets out of the window at KSHE.
Yeah.
And now, people don't wait in line for tickets.
No.
They go
Right.
online
Yeah.
for tickets. And this whole Taylor Swift thing
Yeah.
with her, basically her tour is going to generate $1 billion. It's going to
Yes.
be the highest grossing tour of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to
amazing.
blow.
Elton just
John.
did 600 million, I think.
Yeah, it's
Just
going to
hit
blow
600,
his.
yeah.
It's going to blow his, highest grossing. Who I
Yeah.
think he's got the highest grossing.
That's
tour
what the
of all
goal
time.
is. They started this with that.
Yeah.
And it's going to be achieved. because this woman's selling out 2 nights at Arrowhead.
Yeah.
With 10,000 people wanting to be in the parking lot.
Right.
Yeah, dude.
It looks like Wembley. I was looking at some of the Arrowhead
Yeah.
pictures. I mean, she looks like she's at Wembley Stadium.
Dude, 2 of my girls were there, and we talked about it. I mean, they talked about the show. They sent videos and pictures and all this kind of stuff. It was crazy. And then we talked about the parking mess afterwards.
Oh,
and,
wow.
And they were, not only were they there for an extra 3 or 4 hours, they were waiting for an Uber at a gas station across the street for 3 hours. Now, remember, they got there early, were there for the hours of the show, and then my girls were standing
Fellas,
there for
can you
3
imagine
hours
getting out
waiting
of the
for an
parking
Uber.
lot, all those women driving? Am I right?
What? What are we talking
How many
about right
blinkers
now?
were on? Am I right?
We were out of
How many
blinker fluid.
blinkers?
That's it. Nonstop.
Anyway, so people are trying to get Taylor Swift tickets on secondary market. And there are other websites other than StubHub and some of these.
SeatGeek. And
Vivid and all that. Yeah, there's a million different.
There's a million different ones. And man, there are some people that are getting ripped off. And there was a story on KMOV where this woman from St. Louis.
Saw it.
You saw it?
Yeah.
Longtime Taylor Swift fan. Waited last moment for a KSHE ticket. So waited till 8:10. So I don't know what time the show started. But usually if you watch the prices, even a baseball game.
Sure.
Like prices go down.
Once the game starts.
Once the game starts,
numbers,
price is going down. So she waited until 8:10 Saturday night for the Taylor Swift show at Arrowhead. 8:10, spent $2,800 on tickets.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
$2,800 on tickets on this website called TickPick. It's a resale site. They show up at the gates, Arrowhead. The tickets had already been scanned.
Yeah. Couldn't get in.
Bummer.
Couldn't get in.
Get in.
Yeah.
$2,800.
Yeah.
And that's probably sitting in the nosebleeds.
Sure. On the flip side of that, I don't know if you heard the story about the guy went online to buy ZZ Top tickets, and he ordered 10 ZZ Top tickets, and they screwed up and sent him 10 tickets for Taylor Swift.
Ooh.
And he ended up selling them for like $4,000 a piece.
They didn't want
Wow.
them back?
They said, we gave them to you, you got them.
That's awesome.
And so now I think ZZ Top's playing in his backyard. I mean, literally 10
You can buy
tickets
ZZ Top
at like $4,000 a ticket. And they honored him.
He
And
got
was-
400,000. How many? 10 tickets.
10 tickets for he did like
$4,000.
$40,000 in tickets. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude,
'cause he was
Hold them on
getting,
TickPick.
yeah, he was getting $4 grand a pop for him.
Back
so.
to that Taylor Swift thing, I think, I mean, what if it was a gaffe? Okay, so let's say it was a gaffe on the website, and let's say somebody had these tickets for sale, trying to get $2,800 worth of their tickets, and they're like, well, nobody did it, we'll just go to the show. So maybe they went to the show, and they didn't think to take down the listing because you would assume, one would assume if you're putting it up there, maybe they would assume that, oh, hey, if I scan the tickets, it comes off the site or something. Who knows?
Yeah,
That's going to be their attorney story.
Because you get the tickets sent to your phone.
Yep.
Right.
And then, they go to Arrowhead. Oh, here to see Taylor Swift. It's scanned. Oh, already been scanned. Sorry.
But can
Right.
she have some like legal
what's the
recourse?
recourse?
She said they put him on her credit card, so she might be able
She
to
might be able to get her money back.
argue the point
She could
because it's on her
dispute
credit card.
the
Dispute it.
charges.
Right.
Dude, I was in, like when you're on tour, a lot of times you're just kind of letting the day burn by until sound check and until you're playing a show. And I was in London, and there was a match. It was a Chelsea match, and I wanted to see a match at Stamford Bridge. So I was like, oh, cool. It was last minute, like, I'll go online, I'll find one of these StubHub type of things, and I'll figure it out. And I found something that was like an email. Sent this guy an email. He's like, yeah, sure, meet me at this random corner. And I was like, you know what? Yeah. I'm doing it. So I went. I took a couple tube stations. I was like, oh, I think and I'm out here by this. I got no phone, so I can't check my email or nothing. This is before like you could have access to any sort of data service out there. So I'm in front of this coffee house going, well, who the hell am I looking for?
Yeah.
I don't even have a clue.
Yeah.
And this dude crosses the street. He's got an envelope and he goes, you moon? I said, yeah. He goes, two Chelsea tickets. I was like, no, just one. And he's like, oh, yep, here it is. And he shows me this ticket, and I pay the guy. And then I'm standing on a corner. I don't know where I am. I don't know where Stamford Bridge is.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm looking at the ticket, and I go, what did I just do? I think I just bought a piece of paper because there's no way this is going to work. This was like the
Did it
sketchiest.
work?
And dude, I had a question or two for this guy. I was like, hey, where's Stamford Bridge? Can I walk to? And this guy was like,
No
we're
questions.
done here.
Yeah.
He was
Transaction over.
He's like,
Yep.
I'm not helping you with anything.
Jeez.
And he bolted across the road, and I saw him like seeking somebody else out. So he was like selling a bunch of these things. So I was like, oh, you know what? So I just started walking, found a Chelsea pub, kind of, had a beer or two, was talking to the folks, and just kind of waited for them to get up and walk. Followed them, sure enough, to the stadium. Scanned it, went in, second row.
good.
It was the
Nice.
greatest.
Wow.
It all
Nice.
worked out, but
Something
it
to be
shouldn't
said-
have.
Something to be said about the guys that used to stand outside.
Yeah.
And they still do.
Yeah.
Outside
I got
much.
two. I got two.
At least you have a
Yeah.
tangible thing in your
Yeah,
hand.
see that, and how much money are they saving with the whole thing on the phone? That drives me nuts. And look at the people that collected the ticket stubs. Some of these people have stubs from like 500 shows. It's so cool, and
miss
now it's
that.
like you got to take a picture from your
Well,
phone. And
kids don't care about that anymore. It's like
I know.
getting an autograph.
Not
Like,
true. Not
Yeah.
true. I asked my kids. We talked about that. I said, "Hey, we've talked about ticket stubs and having because we used to have those as souvenirs back in the day.
Yeah.
You guys are having everything on digital. Do you care about that?" Thinking that they would say no. My son's like, "Yeah, I still have a piece of confetti from the Imagine Dragons
Yeah.
show."
Wow.
And I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay."
Maybe he's the exception.
No. Then I said, "What about you?" And my daughter said, "Yeah, I have a pile of confetti from the Taylor Swift show, and she has her Taylor Swift stubs. So they actually have physical stubs."
Okay.
I think
think
with
it's
the
an
exception,
option.
with the exception of sports memorabilia being signed, like a baseball player signing a baseball, getting a photo signed by an art. Now it's about taking a selfie.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the
Absolutely.
new autograph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
This
Yeah,
way
yeah.
you can show your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
they
it's
share it.
better. I think it's better.
But
Yeah.
they do like the sentimental stuff. They're still collecting.
Yeah,
stuff.
just collectible stuff, and I think it's a cool idea.
Yeah. Have you ever bought tickets from somebody on the side?
Oh, yeah.
Tickets? Tickets? Okay, yeah. I did too. I stepped out of the bus. I didn't know where I was.
Oh, I'm a good haggler too.
I was in
Oh, you
Tempe.
are?
I'll haggle.
I was in
Yeah.
Tempe,
Yeah.
Arizona.
Right on.
Well, you were supposed to before. Now I don't know that you can.
You can't haggle on StubHub.
Yeah.
The price is the price.
Yeah.
But the guy outside who's selling tickets for $100, I'll give you $75.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was-
Closer to the event it gets, it's just numbers
Yeah,
keep
come
going
on,
down.
buddy.
Yep.
I came out of the
I
bus.
question where he got that ticket. I mean, how legitimate could that be for him?
That's what I always
I don't
thought.
care.
I always thought that they were probably fake.
Yeah.
So I stepped out of the bus. It was in Tempe, Arizona. There was a crowd walking past, and I was like, I'll just follow the crowd. So I just started walking, and this guy was like, tickets? And I was like, how much? And he goes, 20 for two. And I was like, holy crap.
Done.
I don't know
Yeah.
what this is, but I'll do
Yeah.
that.
Don't even know what the show is. Give me a ticket.
I had no idea. So
Really?
I had no idea. So I gave him $20. He gave me 2 tickets, and I was like, ASU football. Oh man, I've never been to a college football game. That'd be fun. So I went back and I got we had a sub drummer at the time. I was like, hey, and this dude's like tattoos on his face. I mean, like head to toe. Like we don't belong at an ASU football game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, hey, you want to go play? You want to go see football? He goes, yeah, I've never seen one before. I was like, great. And we walked in, had the time of our lives. It was the greatest. But it was the only time I've ever done one of those street ones. And I assumed Gene and I were going to walk up and they were going to go, what the hell is this?
Laugh at you, yeah.
Well, just the moral of the story is just be careful.
Yeah.
Just
Thanks.
be careful.
If you can. Yeah.
If you can.
'Cause
I know
someone
you
will
want to
take
see Taylor
advantage.
Swift,
Right.
but just be
Right.
careful.
And the fees that go
Let's-
along with
Oh, the fees are
ticket sales
insane.
just when is
That's kind of
some,
out of control.
some body of government going to step in
Yeah.
and stop that?
Well, they had a
Another
meeting that,
story, John.
Biden talked about it for a while, that they were going to make it that it was more, you know what the fees are ahead of
Yeah,
time.
it needs
In
to be
other words,
transparent.
he's
Transparent
trying to.
price.
So yeah.
But that doesn't help.
Still
Well, we had a
At least
meeting
you know
about
what
it.
they
John.
are.
We had a meeting.
Yes, that's right.
We had a meeting. They brought in St. Louis Bread Co. was,
Yes, that's it.
Yeah. Just tell them how much it's going to be up front. That's the compromise.
Redco.
Panera bread. They don't call it St. Louis
Yeah.
bread anymore.
well, in the city they do.
Yeah.
We had that argument.
it's changing. Okay.
No, it's not.
Oh,
not according
it's
to the people who work for
Oh,
St.
really?
Louis
It's
Bread
going to
Co.
stay?
City limits at St. Louis Bread Co. and will be St. Louis
Oh,
Bread
and
Co.
well, it
See,
should
this is
be.
why he gets here at 2:00 in the morning.
These are the
because he
things
no,
he
reads
knows.
somebody yelled
about-
at us.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
And said, "How dare you?" No, it's St. Louis Bread Co. here in the city limits, city, county, St. Louis Bread Co. Outside Panera.
Fine,
Deal
whatever.
with it.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, today is July 12th. Back in the day, 63 years ago, 1960, the first Etch-a-Sketch went on sale.
Love me at your sketch.
Cost $2.99.
Yes.
How much do you want to bet the first picture ever made on an Etch-a-Sketch was stairs?
Absolutely. That's all I could ever do.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
And you should look at this.
I
What
made
is
stairs.
that?
Yeah.
Okay, so 54 years ago, 1969, the Beatles' Ballad of John and Yoko hit number 8 on the singles chart. Now, why was the song banned on radio stations? That song was banned on a lot of radio stations.
Christ.
Yep, Christ, you know it ain't easy.
Yeah. Yeah, back we used to get stuff banned. The stuff they get away with on radio nowadays, if you had, I remember one, if you said sucks, like that really sucks, you'd lose your job back in the day on KSHE. You know, or, I mean, literally. or just say anything that even would reference something like that, you were gone. You were
Christ, you know
gone.
it ain't easy.
Yeah.
That was the line of the song that
Right.
a lot of radio stations would not play it because, but yet the song hit number 8 on the singles chart. I worked with a guy, and he wouldn't play Alice in Chains' Man in a Box.
Why?
Because there's a line that says, deny your maker.
Wow.
It says,
Holy cow.
it says Jesus Christ, deny your maker.
Deny your maker.
Yeah.
And he would refuse to play it.
Wow.
And there was an edited version, and it ain't easy. They just cut the Christ part out, and they played it on some radio stations. They would just take the obscenity of
All right,
whatever you wanna call it.
44 years ago, 1979, you guys were in the mix of this thing.
Yeah.
God, 44 years ago is depressing.
The Chicago White Sox hosted the infamous Disco Demolition Night.
Yes.
That is 44 years ago today. So do you know the story, Moon?
No, I don't think
Okay,
so.
famous Disco Demolition Night between games of a doubleheader at Comiskey. Fans got in the game for 98 cents. Okay? 98-cent ticket. If you brought a disco record. So you'd have your Bee Gees, record, and 98 cents to get into the stadium.
Oh, this is like during the whole disco
Yes,
stuff.
yes,
Disco
yes,
sucks.
exactly.
So-
Disco
exactly.
versus rock.
So you brought your disco record in.
Yeah.
And in between the two games, the doubleheader, the LPs would be stacked and then blown up. Mm-hmm. It was the brainchild of radio legend Steve Dahl up in Chicago. From the Loop in Chicago, WLUP, which is a Chicago classic rock station. So they blew up the records.
Boy, did they blow them up.
After Steve left, so Steve Dahl and an army helmet.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes,
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
then,
yeah.
and a fatigue jacket.
Yeah,
yes.
and an army helmet comes down the field. Disco sucks. After Steve left, 7,000 fans then charged the field, continued to throw and even burn more records, and so much chaos ensued that the second game of the doubleheader was canceled, and Chicago had to forfeit the game.
Wow.
Yes. There was a divot in the outfield where they blew up the records. I mean, it blew up a big chunk of the turf. I don't know if it's artificial or real, but it just blew it up.
Man,
I mean,
you sure
Yeah.
can rally people around hate for something.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And back in those days, the doubleheaders were separated by like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So they had to rush out there and do what they did. It was something that, you just wouldn't have thought they could have pulled off in 30 minutes.
Yeah,
I mean,
this wasn't really thought out.
Yeah, not at all.
But on KSHE back in 78, 79, I mean, disco was, was doing its thing.
yeah.
Did you guys play any disco on KSHE?
No. Well, I mean,
Kiss.
artists were
Yeah,
pressured.
Like
Kiss
Kiss.
had their
I was
song.
made for loving you.
Yeah, right.
Rod Stewart, do you think I'm sexy?
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Gonna Raise Hell, Cheap Trick is kind of disco-esque.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit and stuff. Yeah,
Well,
I guess.
the album we're doing today on one of our shows, Vinyl Exam on KSHE, the Discovery album by the Electric Light Orchestra in 1979
Yeah,
was
it's-
almost
Oh,
all
yeah.
disco.
Yeah, it's dance. It's
Yeah.
dance music. I wouldn't call it disco, but it's definitely dance music. So yeah, we have a little bit of it. Yeah,
The Pink Floyd album, The Wall, the
Young Left.
song Brick in the Wall Part 2, that has a disco beat in it. That was influenced by disco music.
well, we talked about too back in the KSHE days when the police were new. People lost their mind.
Yeah.
I mean, they're calling us going, what are you doing playing that punk music? That new wave, the Cars.
Oh,
the
yeah,
same thing
yeah.
with the Cars. Lost their mind.
Synthesizers, what is that?
What are you doing?
Synthesizers on KSHE.
Tom Petty, they hated Tom Petty
Yeah,
at
in
the
the
beginning.
beginning,
It was
yeah.
new
Yeah.
wave.
He's
That
doing
new
it.
wave crap.
And he
He's doing
sounds
a
like a Bob
down
Dylan wannabe. Yeah.
He's doing a one drop with this kick drum. That's
yeah.
reggae.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get that out of here.
Yeah.
Not on my station.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that Disco Demolition Night 44 years ago today.
Yeah.
31 years ago, 1992, Axl Rose arrested at JFK Airport. Axl was wanted on charges stemming from the Riverport riot.
Right.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
And how much did he end up paying? He paid over $1 million to the city of St. Louis.
I thought he just had to donate to charities.
Well,
Yeah,
I
I
thought.
think that's
Oh,
what it
was
was.
it? But I thought it was over $1 million.
I
Wasn't
don't
it?
think it was that much.
Okay, maybe I'm
And
wrong.
wasn't there
Yeah.
a Marshall half stack at a bus stop? Something.
Well,
Yeah.
Slash told me that somebody found his half stack at a bus stop.
You're just name dropping Slash
Yes,
right now.
yes,
right
yes.
on.
Half stack?
Yeah,
Yeah.
What's
because
half,
I interviewed him.
what's half stack?
It's a guitar thing.
Oh.
You wouldn't
It's
understand.
like the
Like the amplifiers.
and
It's
the
a
amp
half
cabinet.
stack of amplifiers.
Oh.
Playing bongos, you should
Oh,
know
that was
this,
pot
Johnny.
related.
You have
Yeah,
a stack of
no, I don't-
bongos.
Yeah.
That's
So
what your stack is.
so the riot happened in 91. He was arrested in 92. So almost a year later.
Yeah.
At an airport in JFK.
He was on the run. He was on the lam.
Yeah.
And if you read the liner notes, I believe, of Use Your Illusion 2, it says St. Louis sucks.
Right.
And Guns N' Roses playing Busch Stadium.
Busch Stadium.
September 9th.
Yeah.
And they're back.
Yeah.
All right, that's what happened back in the day. All right, let's get into the entertainment stuff, guys. Oh, no, we're still... these guys are just going to take off their headphones. Oh, no, we're still going.
I'm waiting for an REO song, man.
No,
but go ahead.
We're
Let's
still
go.
going. Yeah. Time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
And it's brought to you by Bright House Plumbing. Call the best, flush the rest. BrightHouseCo.com, 636-600-0188. Lots of festival news. Yesterday we were talking about Ozzy pulling out of Power Trip Festival in Indio, California. We were assuming it would be Pantera filling in. We completely didn't think of Judas Priest, and it makes total sense. So Judas Priest was supposed to open up for Ozzy in his farewell tour from the last couple years. That kind of fell through a couple of times. And so Ozzy called in a favor to Rob Halford, said, hey, do you guys want to play Power Trip? And they completely obliged, which it makes total sense.
Yeah.
Judas Priest filling in. That works.
Yeah, it'll be good. In
Didn't
fact,
even think of them.
They said in a statement, we are ready to raise double horns way up high together, keeping the metal faith at this Boston one-of-a-kind Power Trip World event.
I think I was looking at, remember, we were talking about Super Jam earlier, back in the late 70s, and a young Judas Priest.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
they did play.
They
Young
did
Judas
play.
Priest playing
Very
at
young.
Busch Stadium.
Yeah.
Global Citizens Festival announced their lineup as well. Red Hot Chili Peppers and Miss Lauryn Hill will headline the New York Central Park event on September 23rd. Megan Thee Stallion, Conan Gray, Stray Kids, also on the performers list. Global Citizen aims to end extreme poverty, support women's rights, and combat climate change.
Mark, what's your favorite Megan Thee Stallion song?
Wow.
So I'm gonna put
Or
it
do
in
you
my,
celebrate the entire catalog?
You know, it's just,
yes.
I saw her open for Weezer one time. And it was,
And
what
it
a
was
show.
great.
What a show.
Oh, it's a her?
Megan the
Megan the
Stallion.
Weezer.
And by
I believe it was.
T-H-E-E.
That's
Yes.
it.
Here's one we will know. Farm Aid is bringing their annual benefit to the country's family farms back to the Midwest this fall. Yesterday, Neil Young, John Mellencamp, and Willie Nelson announced that the 2023 Farm Aid will return to Indiana on September 23rd for the third time in the event's 38-year history. Also on the bill, Margot Price, Dave Matthews, the Grateful Dead's Bobby Ware, and the Wolf Bros.
Listen, as a
Wolfpack.
farmer myself, I was hoping for Megan Thee Stallion this year at Farm
Yeah.
Aid, but I guess
She
I'm not
could
sure.
So close. So close.
Turn in your till.
Oh, my God.
I'm really excited for this Willy Wonka movie that's coming out. This is not going to be as whimsical as the Willy Wonkas that we've known in the past through Tim Burton and the old one. But Wonka director Paul King, so they hired, the Oompa Loompas, right? Mm-hmm. All right.
So this Wonka movie is like an origin story of Willy Wonka.
Yes. And it's going to look like an old-timey period piece.
The Burton one kind of is as well, a little bit. Don't you
Sort,
remember?
yeah.
It's his dad's a dentist.
Yeah, but he's already got the... Yeah, they just do like flashback. That's kind of like a flashback. This is like a full-on...
I see. It's like the period is the origin.
Yeah.
Well, Paul King, who's the director, says he cast Hugh Grant as the Oompa Loompas because he's, quote, the funniest, most sarcastic piece of crap he's ever met.
Nice.
And so I can't wait. I mean, and there's a new trailer that dropped. We're going to put up on the blog.
I saw it.
And it looks so damn good. I can't wait to see Timothy Chalamet play Willy Wonka.
Chalamet plays Willy Wonka. See if you can pull up a picture.
I love him.
I love him too.
Because he almost looks like a young Gene Wilder.
Which is great.
Because he's got the kind of wild hair. Because Gene Wilder, to me, is Willy
It is
Wonka.
Willy Wonka
Yeah.
forever. Absolutely.
Not Johnny Depp had that kind of weird page boy haircut, which I didn't like.
And he was very pale.
Timothy Chalamet, he's got the...
Yeah, here we go. Look at Hugh Grant as a Willy or as a
very nice
Oompa
Oompa
Loompa.
Loompa.
Yeah, I love Chalamet, man. I'm excited. I loved him in Dune. He was great in Don't Look Up. I think he's wonderful.
You guys looking forward to any movies? What was the last movie you saw, John?
Oh, my God. It's been decades.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't been to a movie theater in,
You haven't been to a movie theater in
15 years at
decades?
least. At least 15
Get
years.
out of here.
Well, it's very
Yeah.
expensive to go now.
Crazy.
$17.50 a
Crazy,
ticket.
yeah. And
Is
the
it
popcorn.
bad that I have interest in the Barbie movie?
No. Let's
No?
go.
Oh, okay.
Good. I want to see that. I want to see
Yeah.
Oppenheimer. Looks great.
Yeah. The Mission Impossible.
Looks wonderful.
Is there a bigger movie star than Tom Cruise?
No, there
that
isn't.
cat is just, he's
Yeah.
a movie star.
He is?
Everything, no matter what he's, even if the movie's bad, he makes it better
He's-
just
you know
being
what?
part of it.
Yeah, he's
So I may
going to
actually
do
go.
well. I'm betting on his career doing well.
You
That
think?
comes out
I
this
think
week.
he's going to do
He's
okay.
going to make it.
The
It's,
fact that he's so famous and such a movie star, but he does his own stunts is incredible. to
yeah,
me.
and
Well,
it's
it also-
60 years old.
It also gives short guys hope.
Yeah.
I tend
Yeah.
to think he overacts.
Oh.
We got a Tom Cruise hater in the
I
studio.
don't hate him, but what's that? With the Show Me the Money? What movie was that?
Jerry Maguire.
Yeah,
Oh.
I thought he
I thought he
overacted
killed
in
it.
that
That's the last movie he saw in the theater.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, yeah.
Could have been.
Tom Cruise ended John going
Yeah.
to movie theaters.
He had that on Betamax.
None of these people are any good.
Because that's the way he
it.
said it too. Show me the money.
Yeah,
Yes.
This guy overacting. That's it. I'm done with movies
I'm done
until
with
they
this.
make a Barbie thing.
One of the most iconic scenes in
Oh
cinema
my God!
history.
Yes, and John, he overacted.
I think
you
Brad
know.
Pitt overacts too.
Thank you.
What?
Yes.
You get out of here.
I can tell they're acting.
Well,
I mean, the
In real life, I feel the same.
do you?
I feel like both of them are acting in real life. I
Yeah.
think they're exquisite at what they're doing here to make
Right.
themselves movie stars there. The reason Tom Cruise is such a big movie star is he picks the greatest scripts and all that, and he gets all these great spots. But it's because of everything going on out here. The whole doing his own stunts thing. That's
Yeah.
what we're talking about. That's like carefully crafted
Well,
persona.
yeah. I
he's
respect that
got
for
it done.
sure.
Yeah,
Showbiz.
That's not
That's it.
overacting.
I think he's the greatest actor on the planet because he's never off.
Yeah.
He's
He's
never
always
off.
Tom Cruise.
Hey, speaking of greatest actors on the planet, so yesterday we were talking about how Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg are going to get their penises out and
Yes.
are going to measure them to see who has the actual biggest penis.
Unbelievable.
Now, Elon Musk really wants to fight Mark Zuckerberg, and this is probably going to happen, but he might want to start his training because TMZ reported that Mark Zuckerberg has recently been training with UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya.
Oh, you did it.
Okay, and UFC featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski.
Look at you.
Thank you.
Wow.
On Tuesday, this photo of the three popped up on an Instagram post, and
I saw it.
this guy says, "No fugazi with Mark. This is serious business, and I'm here to tell you, you can grate cheese
Did
on
you
Zuck's
see the picture
abs.
of him? He's got a. He's
Who are we
cut.
talking about?
Zuckerberg.
Oh yeah, I mean he has been for years.
He's gonna
been on-
kill Elon Musk
Dude,
in that
if
ring.
they-
This is never gonna
I'm
happen.
telling you,
That's not going to happen.
Never gonna happen.
Yeah.
if it happens, and they do it at the Coliseum in Rome,
Please,
In Rome.
I'm
Really.
having a
Thumbs up,
party.
thumbs down.
y'all are invited.
yes,
That's it.
I'll
This
get
is-
a hot dog cart.
I have my money on Zuck.
This is more work to keep his name in the news.
I'll get a hot
That's
dog
exactly
cart.
what it is.
Yeah.
This is all
If I,
fun.
if I had a party, let's say I had a
Showbiz.
party, would you come
If
to
I-
watch the fight?
I would come to the party. I'm not sure I would. There wouldn't be no
You
fight,
wouldn't
but
watch
yeah,
the
come to the
fight?
party.
If let's say it's happening.
We could wear togas.
The last two times I was at your house for a fight, I don't remember seeing a fight. One, I think power went out or something. Remember? It was like
Yeah,
in
that's
St.
one
Louis,
where the cops showed up.
Pacquiao.
What?
No.
Wow.
Pacquiao one. It wasn't the cops. It was something else.
Oh.
What was that? What was the one that the cops showed up? There was too much
was
shenanigans
that
going on for me
random
to
guy
watch.
in your kitchen, or
No, that was my 40th birthday.
Yeah, it was there.
Some random guy showed up at my
party.
house.
on his 40th
Really?
birthday?
Yeah, somebody said, on
Well-
my 40th birthday party, somebody said, hey, man, there's a dude in your kitchen just eating ribs. What?
But he had a smile on his face, like he was
Yeah,
happy
he was
to be
happy.
there.
How long did he stay? Did you let him know?
I invited
was
him
there
to
for a
stay.
while.
I'm like,
Until
hey,
the
might as
ribs
well
were
stay.
gone.
That's
Yeah.
your best friend. He's on the
left-
show.
I left
Yeah.
before he did.
This is bad news. Jonah Hill is facing a new accusation after his ex, Sarah Brady, exposed his text messages to her while they were dating. Now actress Alexa Nicholas claims he kissed her without her consent when she was just 16 years old. The former Zoe 101 star says she was once at a Hollywood party that was hosted by Justin Long. Jonah Hill approaches her. Again, she's 16 at this point, and at the time, Jonah was 24. Jonah Hill offered her a cigarette, and she thought that was weird. And as we walked back to the door, she said, I asked him for it, and he said nothing but slammed me to the door and shoved his tongue down my throat. So that's the new accusation.
People are wondering, John, why has it been 15 years since your last movie theater experience? Is it rude people?
No, I just have no interest. I have very little interest in any movies. I don't know why. I've never been a movie guy, other than comedies. I love comedies.
Right.
Greatest movie I think was Talladega Nights. And
What?
Caddyshack.
Talk about now. That was acting. Will Ferrell.
Best
what
actor.
an actor.
Best
I'm on
actor
fire.
out there.
An actor.
Yes.
What a
Happy
thespian.
Oprah?
Yeah.
Great movie. A lot of great
That's
lines
one of
out
your
that
favorite movies of all
Yes,
time? Talladega
yes.
Nights?
That's one of
I
the
don't
most
see-
absurdly made movies
It's absurd,
ever.
that movie. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
It's absurd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Borat.
Dumb and
Oh, my
Dumber?
God.
Are you a Jim Carrey guy? Dumb and Dumber? I mean, some of those classics?
That's nice.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I didn't go see that in the movie theater though.
What?
Yes.
You love Coming to America.
Coming to
The
America
original,
is good.
the original,
yes.
man.
Yeah.
The remake
The
was
sequel, you
not
didn't like?
good.
I didn't see that in the movie theater.
Yep.
Very nice.
Very nice.
That's for you, John.
Thank you.
So, what's your favorite movie of all time?
It's either Caddyshack or Talladega Nights.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wowee.
Yeah.
Mark, of all time.
The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance.
I don't know what that is.
What a
Oh, my
Is that a John
God.
Wayne?
No, Jay, stop.
Is that a Western flick?
You punks.
This guy.
John Wayne, Jimmy Stewart.
I knew it.
It's one of the had one of the
It
great
was in black
songs.
and white?
No, it was
Oh,
colorized.
this is one of my dad's favorites, I think, too.
The Man Who Shot
He's
Liberty
super
Valance.
into this stuff.
Gene Pitney had the song. Was a top 10 song.
Yeah, you know what?
Did you do the
I've seen
Charleston
this.
to the song,
I've seen
or-
this.
It's very fun.
Oh, it's in black and white, huh?
Yeah, 1962.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Black and white.
I
Great-
like my
great one.
classics colorized.
Western,
great
directed
one.
by
I'll put
John
that in my
Ford.
queue and
John
watch it.
Ford, one of the great producers of all
Yeah,
time.
this is my
Get 'em.
dad. My dad's so into this whole era, and that's what
this
got it.
is yeah. Lee Marvin's in this. Everybody's in this
Everybody's
movie.
in this.
And when
Everybody
those
is in
guys
this movie.
act, you could not tell they were acting.
That's right.
Unlike Brad Pitt.
Yes.
And,
Wowie.
what's his name?
Going after
And
the
what's
Missouri
his
boy.
name?
And what's his name?
Yeah. Tom, what's his name?
Here's the trailer for it that you cannot tell that these guys are acting.
Okay, hey, I'm gonna play the audio. Go back to the beginning.
Okay,
Here we
Back to
go.
the beginning.
It says, as mighty as its cast, the two great stars, it brings together for the first time. James Stewart, John Wayne.
Yes.
As powerful as its direction by the four-time Academy Award winner, John Ford. Oh, I
Look at
couldn't
that.
tell
Lee
he was
Marvin
acting.
whacked him one.
I had no idea he was acting. Oh, look at that.
All right, well.
Violence in the
I know
trailer.
I'm never going to see that.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Bar fights, horses.
Once you see it, you're hooked.
You don't like Goodfellas? That's my favorite movie.
Good film. Godfather was damn good.
Oh, yeah, that's very good.
Yeah, I saw that in the movie theater.
Part 1 or 2?
Both.
Both,
Yeah.
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 All right, and finally, list was compiled at timeout.com for the 20 best classic rock songs of all time, but not necessarily what we are all accustomed to on rock radio. So this list is kind of interesting. Some that you'll know, some that I didn't
So
know.
the best classic rock songs of all time.
And who made this? Who put
This
together this list?
timeout.com.
Timeout.
They're very reputable.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so can we just throw some out?
Yeah, give me. So I got the top 20, and I want you to throw out, like, especially you guys, when you think of classic rock radio in the year 2023, if you were going to program a radio station today, what would you have to have on that radio station?
Led Zeppelin.
Okay, but what song
What
by
song?
Led Zeppelin?
Oh, what song? Stairway to Heaven.
Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah.
You got to have Freebird by Skinner.
Not on the list.
You got to have
Stairway to Heaven's not on the list?
Led Zeppelin is number 2 with Whole Lotta Love.
okay.
Not Stairway.
You got to
No,
have
Stairway,
higher
denied.
power from Boston.
Boston did not make the list.
Cool the engines.
Are any Beatles on there?
There are no Beatles on here.
Are Beatles considered classic rock?
Not really.
Nah, they're almost
They're-
more of an
Yeah.
oldies. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
'Cause
they
that's
start
just-
63, 64, yeah, which would
Yeah.
be an oldie.
I mean, there are a couple songs that I guess you could
Yeah,
say.
later on stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Helter Skelter and some of that stuff.
But probably their spin-offs, like George Harrison and Paul McCartney,
McCartney.
would be considered
Sure,
classic rock.
sure.
with their
Like
solo
Wings, like
catalog.
Wings,
Yeah,
is
yeah,
classic
yeah,
rock.
Right.
Yeah.
But would John Lennon solo classic rock?
Like Instant
Yeah,
Karma.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
pretty-
that would be more
What-
like Imagine or something. That would
Yeah,
fall into
that's-
classic
What
rock.
about early U2? Does that
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, early
some
too, yeah.
classics.
Yeah.
put
yeah.
U2 on there?
Because I consider A Day in the Life with the Beatles probably the top 3, one of the top 3
amazing
greatest songs
track?
of all
Yeah.
time.
An amazing track.
But not classic rock, huh?
Yeah, not classic rock on this list. So you were talking about
U2?
U2. No U2 on this. In
weird.
fact, okay, so like I say Thin Lizzy. What's the song that comes to mind?
Boys Are Back in Town.
Boys Are Back in Town. Who is, and I didn't know this song at all. No Sugar Tonight, New Mother Nature.
Guess who?
Oh, that's
Guess
yeah.
who?
Guess who?
All right, name the artist. We'll tell you the song.
All right, let's go with
The Who.
The Who is on this list.
Bob O'Reilly.
Bob O'Reilly, number 5. All right, so
That's a
I won't
James
get
Gang.
fooled again's not on there.
Walk Away or Funk 49?
Funk 49's number 8. Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
Rock
I
and
Love
Roll.
Rock and Roll.
Pink Floyd.
Another Break in the Wall.
It is not.
Money.
Money?
Nope.
Okay, wait.
Mother?
No.
What else?
Wish
would
You Were
be
Here.
From,
Oh,
Nope.
Have a Cigar.
No.
wow. Is it from The Wall or Dark Side?
This is from Wish You
Smells
Were
like Team Spirit.
From Wish You Were Here?
Comfortably
Comfortably
Numb.
Numb.
No, that's The Wall.
yeah,
That's on
Or
The
The
Wall.
Wall, sorry.
Yeah.
Queen, David Bowie.
Under Pressure.
Queen,
Under
Bohemian
Pressure.
Rhapsody.
Under Pressure.
Yeah. Just both
Rolling
times.
Stones.
Wow.
Satisfaction.
Give Me Shelter?
Street Fighting Man.
No.
Start Me Up.
Jumpin' Jack Flash.
No.
Brown Eyed Girl.
No.
Wow.
Is it a newer, like an old?
This is a quintessential Rolling
Not
Stone.
Satisfaction?
Not Satisfaction. And there's a
Can't
cover
get
of
what you
this.
want.
There's a cover of this song by an even more obscure artist, Jonathan Round.
Give me
Sympathy for the Devil.
Sympathy for the Devil.
Really? That's what they want?
That's what they want. That's number
Pretty good
3.
track. Pretty
and
good.
then
It is.
think about Jimi Hendrix. What is the quintessential Jimi Hendrix
Purple
song?
Haze?
Fire.
Purple Haze
Yeah.
is number 1. And that's
Yeah.
your crap on celebrities.
Celebrities celebrating a birthday today: Rachel Brosnahan, the marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and Lois Lane in the upcoming Superman
Yeah.
Legacy.
That's a great show, by the way.
Oh, it's an
Mrs. Maisel.
incredible show.
I think you'd like that,
Great
John.
show.
No.
You would. And it's on TV, so you don't have to go to the movies.
Yeah, you don't have to go to the movies.
Save your money.
It's pretty
Not
cool.
into a lot of-
Yeah.
It's very theater.
Yes.
You know
like
what? I
a-
hate drama. I hate.
It's not
I can't watch
It's a
people
lot of
suffer.
comedy.
I don't want to see
The-
people
It's not.
suffer.
It's
more
a comedy.
comedy.
The first season
Relax.
is one of the best seasons of TV in the last 10 years. The
Yeah.
first season is so,
Tony Shalhoub
so
is
perfect.
Oh, great.
one of the great actors.
Yeah.
Love him.
That first
Half
season is
Lebanese
perfect.
or maybe full.
Yeah,
Lebanese.
yeah. That's
She's
so-
one of my guys.
She's 33. Michelle Rodriguez is 45. Topher Grace is 45. Steve Howie, that's Van Montgomery on Reba, and Kevin Ball, that is 40. He is 46. Brock Lesnar, WWE superstar, is 46. Christy Yamaguchi,
hate her.
gold medalist. I saw her right after that. They did the what was that called? Not Ice Capades, but it was like Stars on Ice or
Yeah.
something like that. I saw her there. 52. Richard Simmons is 75, and Bill Cosby is 86 today.
Oh,
Richard
boy.
Simmons, huh?
Yeah.
I
MIA.
love Richard Simmons.
I have a Christy Yamaguchi story.
Do you?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, this was 1994. Went to the station, sent me to the Olympics.
Whoa.
To cover the Olympics, yeah. And that was the year of the whack on the knee.
Yeah.
Tanya Harding.
Tanya Harding thing,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Where was that? Was that Lillehammer?
Lillehammer, Norway.
And
Yeah,
security.
yeah. And so we were in a bar, and there was this guy that was hassling Christy Yamaguchi. And I had met her briefly at the radio broadcast that we were doing. And I was a little inebriated because this is not me. And I went up to that guy and I said, "Leave her alone." And
Oh, you bowed up to him, huh?
yeah, I went up to this dude, and I can't believe I did. And so we kind of became friends.
With the guy you bowed up on? Oh, okay. I was like, with the Viking descendants?
Yeah.
And so, fast forward a couple years, she's on tour, ice skating, doing the Ice Capades thing.
Uh-huh.
And I still had her number. I thought, well, my daughters were little, my wife.
You called
I said,
Christy Yamaguchi.
I called her and asked if she could get tickets for my family.
It's the guy
And
in the bar
I thought
from
she
Norway.
was just going to blow me off. She put him center ice, first row at the Ice Capades.
Did she remember?
And she remembered that.
She remembered that?
Yeah.
Wow,
That
is
is so
super
cool.
cool.
They
Just
dated for about 6 months. It just didn't
Yeah.
work out.
Just think,
but-
That's
1994. 1994, she was so it was Tanya Harding. It was Nancy Kerrigan.
Yep.
So she was like the third skater on that team who wound up being the gold medalist.
Gold
Yeah,
medalist.
yeah, she was
That's pretty
Ripped.
cool. So
Heck of a name drop there. Appreciate that.
Oh, that was
welcome.
big.
You're welcome.
I was like, I can't find my name drop button.
Oh, come on. It's
Damn
on
it.
there.
Get
It's
it.
on there. It's been a minute. We haven't been
hang
dropping
on.
no names.
We should do an entire show
there we go.
name dropping.
That's a name.
All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Shawnee Cates.
Oh.
And today's birthday girl has been in 142 fine films, including The Amityville Whore. She was in not the Ice Capades, but the Ascapades.
Oh,
Right. Ties it all back in.
We've all been to concerts. She was in a movie called Backstage Entrance,
no.
Blondes in a Cage, Butt Man versus Butt Woman,
But
Driving Miss Daisy Crazy Again,
Loves that one. That's Mark Close's favorite.
Girls Just Want to Have Toys, Nasty Nympho 6, the Sexual Olympics 1 and 2, in a movie called Take My Wife, Please, and Who Can Forget a Role in 1992's Seymour Butts Rides Again.
Yes,
Beauty.
he does.
That's
Beauty.
a classic.
Dun-dun-dun.
Shawnee Cates is 53 years old. Wow. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back and learn.
Yes.
Shall we do a contest?
We will.
We have Mark Klose here. We have John Ulett here. Learn. Today's contest is called
Classic rock trivia.
Classic Rock Trivia. Now, you guys have been in radio, rock radio, for longer than I've been on this earth.
Between the two of us, over 100 years.
And I'm going to be 45 next month.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank
You
you.
weren't born when I started at
That's
KSHE.
right.
So are you kidding me? His
That's
father,
right.
His father probably wasn't born when I
That's
started.
right.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, Lern, how's this going to work?
So this is going to work. So I have 20 questions, and essentially, I did this with all 4 of you in mind. So Moon, would you like to play as well?
Heck yes.
Okay. And so essentially, there's 20 questions, 4 teams. We're going to take 4 callers, and essentially, they're going to pick whose team they want to be on. You're going to have
Team Rizz, Team Moon, Team John, or Team Mark.
That's right. And so they will be able to win a plethora of things, and essentially, whoever gets to 5 first is the winner of this game.
Okay.
Okay.
Who gets to 5 first will win the game.
Yeah.
Okay. In the event of a tie, I guess
Everybody wins.
everybody wins.
Yeah.
We have Godsmack's name tickets. We have tickets to go see Ghost. We have tickets to go see Jelly Roll. And we have tickets to go see John's favorite band, Youngblood, over at St. Louis Music Park. All right, so we need 4. We need 4 people here. 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. Rock and roll trivia is next. I'd be betting Team Rizz.
What?
Just saying. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, fellas. That's
We'll
how
see.
confident I am.
I'll finish last if.
Perhaps I'll be in the middle.
It sounds great.
It's 8:03. It's Wednesday. Another look at your traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The wildest show in racing is this Friday and Saturday night at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Formula Drift is back for their only Midwest appearance. Go to www.raceway.com for more info. I'm going to go ahead and say that this is the worst traffic report I've seen in a long time. It is a freaking
Oh, really?
disaster. I'm going to go, I can only cover so much, but if you're heading east or south, prepare
Look
for
out.
delays. 270 westbound between 70 and Missouri 340, that's Olive. You're going to have delays there. You have delays 64 eastbound between 40 and 40 Drive there. Average speed is down to 15 miles an hour. Further east, the exit ramp 64 eastbound to Big Bend Boulevard southbound blocked completely due to a stalled vehicle. We also have a lane blocked through debris on the road 44 eastbound before Hampton. And then there are severe delays in a lane block due to a crash 44 eastbound before 270. That's not all. There's more. Look out, please. Your point forecast today. Storms will develop late in the day, especially during the evening or nighttime. A chance for damaging winds, large hail, and short-term flooding, along with a low-end threat for an isolated tornado. High of 97, low of 72. Right now it's 73 at the Point Studio. Your point forecast is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
All right, about to do a little contest here. Rock and roll trivia. Mark Klose is here. John Ulett's here. Here to discuss their Amazon Prime Day purchases.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, would we get anything?
Oh, that's why I'm leaving at 9. Got to go by. Not a clue.
Oh, my God. I got a new duvet. I bought some
look
new
at you.
earbud headphones.
Wow.
What else did I get? Oh, a new dry erase magnetic board for my fridge.
I bought a new pizza stone.
Look at you.
I bought some Topps baseball cards 2023, Series 2.
Oh, my
Did you
goodness.
really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm going to start collecting them for my grandbaby.
Which, by the way, congratulations. Next week, John's going to be a grandfather.
Very nice.
So exciting.
I got some Metamucil. Should be here next week.
Good. Perfect.
Do you
Yeah,
get it in
gotta
bulk
keep
at
everything.
Costco?
I get
or-
it's like a 55-gallon
I was
drum.
gonna say.
Yeah, they'll
Well,
pack it
Amazon
in.
Prime Days, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rizz and Klose would bond over Costco alone. This is where this man gets his bulk of jeans.
Oh, I love Costco.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually, I'm a Sam's boy.
What?
Sam's.
I thought you were Costco for life.
Where
You
else?
guys need to do a Zuckerberg.
Let's
Elon
fight
Musk
off
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, we're the undercard at the
Steel cage
Coliseum.
match. Yeah, really. Costco versus Sam's.
Yeah, my money's on Mark, by the way.
Yeah.
So Powerball jackpot. I guess nobody won yesterday.
Bummer.
Rolled over.
So it rolled over. So the drawing was Monday.
Yeah.
The new drawing's tonight, I guess.
Confusing.
$725 million.
Gosh, I just.
Now's when this is where I jump in.
That's what. If it's not $1 billion, dollars, I just
We're
don't
close
waste my
enough.
time.
Now
Yeah.
I'm going to jump in.
Yeah.
Could you imagine having all that money? What would be the first thing you guys would buy if you won that?
What would I buy?
Yeah. What would you do? The first thing you do with that money?
And you got everything you need already. That's a hard question.
I go to Sam's, buy some more jeans.
There you go.
You know.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, first thing you do, I mean, what do they say? When you win the lottery, first thing you do is
Lawyer up.
sign the ticket, put it away. Then you get a lawyer.
Absolutely. But in the state of Missouri, they get your name. Some states you don't. But in the state of Missouri, your name becomes public.
Your name becomes public when you come forward.
Right.
When you come forward.
Right,
So you
yeah.
get a lawyer up first. You got to get all your ducks in a
Oh,
row.
absolutely. and then disconnect your phone because every Yahoo and relative is going to be calling you looking for coin. John.
Would I come in the next day? Yes, I would. You would have no idea I won.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, we would.
You would have no idea.
It would be on the news. It'd be on Fox, too.
After if I won, let's say I win tonight, Thursday, you wouldn't know I won.
You're right. We would have no idea. You're so good at hiding all your agita.
Yes, that's
You'd
right.
be too excited.
Your emotions never seep
Maybe I go,
through.
hey, man, you roll up in a Lamborghini? I don't know,
Good
man.
today.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
That outside.
It's a rental.
It's a coincidence. I don't know.
Well, this is your life, too. I mean, you just don't just change your life like that. I
don't know. Man, I would
don't know.
just,
I mean,
I'd
if
start
you're-
calling people I've never been really fond of and just,
What?
hey, butthead, click. Was that close? Yeah, he just won the lottery. Next.
So you'd spite call people. Okay.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. None of you, I would call none of you, of course.
Kind of a
'cause I'm
flex,
so,
but all right.
So fond of all of you.
okay, so $725 million. The drawing's tonight. Seventh biggest Powerball jackpot ever. So if you want to take the cash option, $366.2 million. Oh. Or you could take the annuity.
No.
No, that's
I want control of my money.
Yeah.
Yeah. You put in an annuity, now it becomes, you got surrender charges and all that kind of stuff that
Yeah,
goes along with
it's
an
29
annuity.
annual payments. So you get a lump sum, like a little bit up front, and then 29 annual payments. Which increase by 5% every year.
Kind of like Social Security.
But isn't the
going up.
value of the dollar
decreasing.
Yeah,
decrease
you're
every
fighting-
year? So you're not
yeah.
actually getting.
You're fighting inflation. You got to do a math game there and predict where you think of inflation will be
Yes.
in 29 years
Yes.
and see
Yeah.
if the
That's-
difference in the annuity and the lump sum fee, or the taking that transfer fee, if that's going to math out for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why you take it now. You take
Take it
in-
now,
in
man. Give
Today's
it all.
dollar.
And listen
Yeah.
to this man about finances. John taught me so much about financial systems and how to save money.
Thing number one is don't put your money under your mattress.
Right.
And don't bury it in the backyard in old Folger cans.
Dang it.
Ah, the good old days.
Yeah, no kidding.
We bought this,
Well, especially now, with interest rates going up, if you have money in the bank, you're making money on your money finally.
So, we bought this old farm property, and I gave my son a metal detector. I said, this old man probably buried money out here somewhere.
Go.
Find it.
Yeah.
Go.
Could have.
Get the hell out of here.
Yes. See you in a week.
Yeah.
No, there is no money buried anywhere, but I just have him out just doing stuff. It's nice. Just busy work.
Yeah.
So, hey, good luck tonight, everybody.
Yeah.
Get your Powerball ticket. Drawing is tonight. Mega Millions, by the way, is up too. Pretty big.
Yeah.
Last time I bought tickets for the lottery, bought $100 worth. They say it only takes one. You'd like to think you're kind of improving your odds with the more money you spend.
Yeah.
And then you start looking at the...
You start mathing it out.
You start looking at the... they pick the numbers, and you start looking at even with 100 tickets, I might have had 5 that had 2 numbers on it.
Right.
I mean, you realize that's when you really get hit with, holy crap.
Yeah, the
this
odds
ain't never
are,
gonna happen.
Yeah, the
you
odds
getting
are-
bit by a shark out,
Yes.
leaving.
Walking down Olive.
Walking down
leaving
Olive.
here.
Yeah.
Well, good luck. I think I'll go in the office pool.
What?
I jump in.
That's fun.
$4.
Yeah.
Danny Solomon puts it together. Even
I
he
know.
puts a little Venmo, even QR code on there.
Yeah.
No thinking.
I can't afford the $4, but I'm okay with that because I know Rizz, if he won, would totally take care
Oh,
of it.
definitely.
I'm sure I would be fine.
Here we go.
If the office pool won and you didn't put in,
I'm sure you guys would take care of me because you know how hard I've worked. This is a team. This is a team. Wow. This is all,
Yeah,
of the
but
all
This
the
is a team.
I put in on all of them except for this one.
I'll pay off your house.
That's nice of you.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's
very
it.
nice.
That's all you get.
What do I get? Because
I
I've only
appreciate
worked
that.
with you for a couple
I
months.
appreciate anything. I'm just grateful.
I'll pay off your
just-
house.
Just grateful to be
Promise you.
buds, man.
What about your guest?
You
Yeah.
get nothing.
Okay.
Dang
There
it.
you go.
Another bag of Werther's.
Yeah.
All the Werther's you want.
That's it for
When you get
life.
in the office pool, though, it gets complicated, doesn't it? Now you got to share it with other people.
Oh, there's a famous story out of New Jersey.
Yeah. Yeah, what is that?
I think there was a bunch of nurses went in.
Yeah. Suing each other.
Yeah. And they're
They wound up suing each other.
Yeah. What percentage was?
See what
getting,
money? Money's already tearing us apart, guys.
Right. Look at
we didn't win yet.
You haven't even won. Haven't even won. Wow.
Or there's the guy that says he's the guy that makes the office pool.
Right.
And numbers hit, and he goes, "Oh no, this one is the one I bought for myself."
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's what Danny Solomon
How
would say.
do you know?
These other ones are for you guys.
Yeah.
That didn't hit. Sorry, guys.
You got the losers.
That happened. And then there's the story that I listened to an entire podcast series about the office pool that won, and only one guy did not put in.
Yeah.
And he didn't get nothing.
You ain't got nothing. 'Cause you don't deserve nothing. You ain't throwing in.
Nada.
We're bringing Pasta House for you, and you can have that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's give away some stuff. All right, we're playing rock and roll trivia with the rock and roll duo here.
The vinyl exam
The
host.
vinyl exam hosts, host of the vinyl exam, Mark Klose and John Ulett.
Hello.
Sundays, 12 noon on KSHE 95.
Yep.
Godsmack Stain tickets, Ghost tickets, Jelly Roll tickets, Young Blood tickets up for grabs. So, you guys on the phone, we got callers lined up here. You guys will pick Team Rizz, Team Moon, Team Mark, or Team U-Man.
Yeah.
Who are you going to back in this competition? Because it's, 4 of us against each other.
That's right.
So, Lern has 20 questions.
So how many callers do we have? 6, you said?
Yeah, and you could double up on
teams.
On teams.
So we're going to take a call. They're going to pick any of you in studio. And essentially what I was going to do is first to 5, but because I have 20 questions and there's 4 of you, I think we should do all 20. And then I'm going to be tallying up who is the actual winner of each question. And then at the end, we'll say who the winner is.
Okay, so it's going to be yell out your name as your buzzer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll say,
Who wrote Stairway to Heaven?
Moon. Well, I mean, that's a tricky one because Led
just answer
Zeppelin,
the
but
question.
the people that they stole it from.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's one of the few that they didn't steal.
Yeah, I was
actually.
like, Taurus.
All right,
Yep.
so you got to
Oh,
you
nice.
yell out your name if that's your buzzer.
Yes.
Okay. If you get the question right, boom, a point. If you get the question wrong, you can't answer. It's going to be -1.
It's going to be -1. Wow. So you got to know what the hell you're talking
It's a
about
tough
with this
room.
game.
It's a tough room.
So let's take some calls, pick some teams.
Let's pick some teams here. Heather, whose team are you going to be on?
Team Mark.
Team Mark.
Team
Okay,
Smart girl.
So Heather, you writing this down?
I
Lynn?
am. I got it.
Okay. Let's go to Abby. Hello, Abby.
Hey.
Hey.
You man.
Team
All right,
U-Man.
Abby.
Hi, Abby.
Okay, I'm insulted, by the way.
Yeah. Well, you should be.
I love it.
Brian, whose team?
Let's go ahead and go with you, Rizz.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know the ladies love Mark and John.
Yeah.
Stacy, pick a team.
Team Mark.
Team Mark, okay?
Well, you can have 2 people on your team.
Well, we
Oh,
took
yeah.
6.
Yeah, we took 6
oh, yeah.
Yeah, we
people,
took
yeah.
6 callers.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Ara in Wright City. Who you going with?
I'm going Mark.
Team Mark, okay?
Wow.
And Jeff and O'Fallon, who you going with?
Can we go Mark again?
You go Mark again, fine.
Gee,
Hey, thank you guys for showing up. You can leave now if you like.
So
Moon
nobody's
goes
on-
goose egg.
Watch me win
Nobody's
this
got
thing.
Team Moon,
Yeah.
by the way. And if
Yeah.
Moon wins,
All right.
nobody wins.
Yeah,
I know.
if you win,
Oh yeah,
nobody's
yeah,
winning.
yeah. Here we go, baby.
Moon
Now,
has got-
Let's
Moon-
go.
now I care.
Got
The
incentives
competition
going.
comes up, man. Look at him. I love it.
He's getting all
Playing
pumped
spoiler.
up.
All right, so, Lern, you got to be fair about this.
I am going to be fair about this, so make sure you are fast with saying your name.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go. Question number 1. This musician was one of the producers on these legendary albums, Abbey Road, Let It Be, and Dark Side of the Moon.
Close.
Rizz.
Close.
Alan Parsons.
That is right.
Damn it. That's for me. I got that buzzer for me. I was going to say Phil
Oh, you get a
Spector,
buzzer. Oh, wow.
but I would have been wrong.
Number 2.
Alan Parsons, huh?
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Who was that? One of his projects?
He
Yes,
was
it
like
was.
he was a junior
Yeah, he was
producer
a
back
kid.
on Abbey Road and stuff. Yeah.
No kidding. I didn't know that.
Didn't know that.
Number 2. Who was the original drummer in the band Rush?
Close.
Close.
John Rusky.
That is right.
God, I can't get my name out.
Congratulations to everybody who picked.
I was gonna say,
Number 3. Name me 3 of the 4 bands which included Ronnie James Dio.
Rizz,
Riz.
Black Sabbath,
Okay.
Rainbow, and
Yes.
Dio.
Yes.
Nice.
Very
Nice.
good. Very
Point on the
good.
board for Riz. Number 4. Name me 2 of the women in the group, the Runaways.
Close.
Close.
Joan Jett and Sherry Curry.
You got it.
That's for me.
dang, dude.
Wait, let me hold on.
Quick game.
Hold on. John.
Yeah.
John.
Yes, it
Is
buzzes.
this microphone on?
You remember it now?
Somebody turn on John's
my buzzer's
microphone.
not working.
Yes.
Number 5. Who was the singer in Robin Trower's band?
John.
John.
That was James Dewar.
That is correct.
Whoa.
Both of you just said words.
Yeah.
I've never heard before.
Well, yes.
Robin Trower, great guitarist. Check
Okay.
him out.
All right. Here we go. Let's rebound, Moon.
Here we go.
No.
Ask me something
I'm
about.
Yeah.
I told you, man, these are hard.
Okay, go.
All right.
Okay, fine.
Number 6. Who is the lead singer of the band Supertramp?
Close.
John.
Yes, close.
Well, this is a tough one. You can
Yeah,
say
yeah, you
Roger
can roll.
Hodgson, but yeah.
I say Rick Davies.
No, it's
We're
Roger
both right.
Hodgson.
Yay!
He
Nope,
goes,
that's
John.
not right. Close is right. All right.
Oh, wait, no. Technically, he's not right.
Yeah, but Roger's on more of the lead vocals than.
I think you guys should fight.
No, I
Yeah.
think it's fairly
I love it. I love it. There's even controversy when these guys are playing the games.
It's even.
All right. Wait.
Yeah.
So you both said different names?
Well,
Yes,
that's the two
yes.
guys that did vocals.
Can
I'm
you
gonna
steal?
Google who is
Yeah.
the lead singer.
Of Supertramp.
Yep.
Super.
The listeners, they knew not to pick me.
Roger
They
Hodgson.
were right.
Thank you.
No, don't sell yourself short. You'll know.
Yeah.
You'll know some things. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Well,
Don't let these people get in your
game's
head.
gonna be over by then.
No,
What
it's
does it say
not.
about, what does it say about Rick Davies?
He was a
Sucks.
secondary singer.
Yeah. Secondary.
Sorry,
What it
pal.
said on there? Secondary singer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I love it. I
per
love
Mark
it.
Close. Yeah.
All right. Which famous bands made cameos in the movies Wayne's World
Close.
1 and
Rizz.
2? 1 and 2.
Who
Close.
Aerosmith?
And? All right, negative
Aerosmith.
point. Hang on. Negative point for Mike.
Rizz.
Riz.
Aerosmith and Alice Cooper.
Yes, that is correct.
Nice.
Nice.
Good one, Riz.
Nice.
Oh,
Big
I had no
crowd.
idea they were back
It's
there.
applause. Yeah. You tell who's running controls in this situation.
Hang on. I know,
It's
guys.
still
Sit
coming
down.
on.
Sit
Still
down.
coming on.
Sorry,
so just to say, Mark Close is at 3, Riz is at 2, John is at 1.
Yes.
Okay.
Where's Moon?
Moon is at 0.
Playing.
Thank you.
How do we
Oh,
do
Moon.
that?
I'm going to yell
He's
Moon.
biding his
I'm going
time.
to just say
Yeah,
Moon.
Moon's
Biding his time.
I'm going to say Moon, get it right, and give you the point.
Yeah, what a guy.
Right, thank you. See, that's why I like him.
Maybe.
The 5th album from Led Zeppelin came out in 1973. What is that album called?
Riz.
Yes,
House of the Holy.
that's correct.
That's good.
Very good.
Number 9. What city is Jimi Hendrix from?
Close.
Close.
Bad.
Seattle. Seattle.
You took way too long. We need you to
You
be
gotta
faster.
call the
No, there was
buzzer.
no buzzer.
John.
Well, no, there was no buzzer.
You got to call for a buzzer, Lern.
Yeah.
Okay, minus 1 point for me, but also minus 1 point for
Well, I'm not last
you should
place.
get
No,
John point
dude,
two.
I should.
Okay, I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
What?
Because we're not going to be able to say it because
Give
now
me some
the answer
rules.
has been said.
For the love of
I think
God.
John
You
said
didn't get
Seattle,
it right.
too.
Then I said John because I was following the rules.
Uh-huh.
And then I said Seattle.
Okay, fine. Both of you get a point. I don't.
All
care.
right.
Oh man,
Why you bitch and moan? You
Here
get
we
whatever you
go.
want on this show.
that is not
right.
true.
Yeah.
I would know.
All right, number 10. Where did Leonard Skinner's band name originate from?
Rizz. John.
Rizz.
The gym teacher.
That is right.
Was Rizz before
Whatever,
me?
man.
What? Oh, I was way before you, John.
I think I was.
Number 11. Who was the song Layla written about?
Close.
John.
Close.
Patty Boyd Harrison.
That's right. Close. Very good.
You know, I thought I would have an advantage here with the speed, but these two guys are so quick. They're so quick that I don't stand a chance here.
Number 12. When did KSHE 95 begin?
Close.
John.
Close.
67.
Damn it. Close. Yes.
That's a bunch of horse crap. That
Should we
Here
have,
we go.
Oh, yeah, man.
Number 13.
Okay, wait. Moon, do you want to? I know what you're going to say.
Yeah. Only because this was an issue earlier this week.
I'm sorry.
You can't buzz in until she finishes the question.
Okay.
Well, no, see, now what we need to do here is set rules up before the
Yeah.
flipping game
He's
starts.
That's the
setting it
whole-
up now. You still get your
Okay.
points.
That
Nobody's
is my.
taking
Here, I got negative 2 for me.
You still get your point. You
Which
still
means
get your
I'm
point.
But you
Not
can't
last.
until she has to finish the end of the question, and then you can.
Because these are Jeopardy rules.
Right.
So if you buzz in before
Yeah.
Alex Trebek,
Doesn't
Yeah.
work.
you're
Okay.
locked down for 30
Okay.
seconds.
Okay.
Okay. Now we know.
Number 13. In what year did KPNT start?
Riz.
Yes.
93.
Gosh, that is correct.
Good one.
Mine.
I would have never
Mine.
got that.
Yeah.
I forgot my name.
Number 14. Who do we know Robert Allen Zimmerman as?
Close.
in
John.
World? I was not done with the question.
Oh.
Oh.
Riz.
Finish the question.
Riz.
She still hasn't
She
finished
still
the question.
hasn't answered the
sorry.
question.
I'm locked out.
All three of us are locked out.
I've got a shot, and I'm screwed. Go ahead.
Who do we know Robert Allen Zimmerman as in the rock world?
Here.
Moon.
Yes.
Bob Dylan.
Thank
Yes.
Hang on.
Wow.
Hold for applause.
Yes. Everybody
yes.
Doesn't happen very often for him, so let him enjoy it.
Thanks, Jens. Thank you.
I'm rooting for you on this one.
Thank you. I'm coming back.
All right.
Watch
Here we go.
this. Watch this.
You're on the board, baby. Number 15, Lady Gaga created her name from which classic rock band and song title?
Rizz.
Oh, I think that's Moon again.
Oh.
That's a lot.
What if we count to 3 and say it at the same time?
Okay, here we go. Oh, you count to 3 and everybody gets a point?
No. Who said? I think it was between John and I.
Oh, you want to count to 3?
I agree.
I think it was between Mark and I.
So did I.
I
Yeah,
heard all of
exactly.
you at the same time.
Yeah.
Why don't we do this? I'll do 3, 2, 1, and if you all get it, you all get a point.
All right.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
John Wayne, Radio Gaga.
I
thought you wanted the answers.
You said the answer.
I got a point.
Moon's got a
Everybody
point.
gets a point.
I thought we were yelling our name.
It's okay. I know that was confusing.
Man, the instructions on this game are really lame.
I'm tired.
Since I yelled my name.
Like somebody's little brother, and they're just like,
Designed
okay, you can
together.
play.
Wow.
All right. Here we go. Get it together.
Oh, man.
What was the other name that Metallica could have been called? Terrible question. Metal Mania.
Oh, wow. Didn't know that.
Rumble.
I'll join
Number
in on that.
17.
Rump.
Staying in the metal.
Oh.
What classic metal band was Phil Mogan?
John.
John.
UFO.
That's correct.
Not familiar with their works.
Yes.
Yeah, me
Good band.
neither, man.
Good band.
Got me.
Number 18. Who were the famous brothers in AC/DC?
Close.
Ooh, close.
Oh.
I think Close got his K
I
in there
heard
before
heard
everybody
close
else.
first. And then-
Malcolm and Angus.
that's correct.
Damn it.
Sorry, guys.
Every time I give the answer in here. Damn it.
Two more questions. Number 19. Give me 2 members from the band Jefferson Airplane. John.
You have what's her name? Oh my God! Oh, no, Cassidy, Jack Cassidy.
And
Ray Slick.
Guess. Okay, very good. Barely there, but we got it.
Brain
This
melting
is
over
a
there.
brain strain.
Did you see that? He's getting shorter.
Final question.
And final question. Neil Young was in which bands? You can name any of them.
Rizz.
Close.
Yes, Rizz.
Crazy Horse. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
That's good.
Okay.
Perfect. All right. I'm going to tally you up.
Congratulations.
All right.
Let's see.
Well, I'll go in the other
1, 2,
room, man.
3,
Okay, Mark's
4,
got a question
5,
here.
6.
Did she finish that question? Neil Young was in. Did she finish
What
the
are the
question before
bands?
you said Rizz?
Yeah, he did.
Thank you, Lern.
He did.
I love this.
-1 point for Mark.
And minus
The
one.
answer.
Yeah, we're
How
gonna
dare
And
you.
I'm still kicking everybody's
How dare
ass.
you. Now that he's covering your judging duties.
I'm sorry.
Dude, it
she's
was
counting.
close. It was close between
It
Rizz
was
and
Yeah, it
Mark
was close. I
Congratulations,
bet you it
Mark
was
Close.
Mark Close, which Heather, Stacy, R, and Jeff, congratulations.
Oh my gosh.
You won with 8 points.
Thank you.
Very
Thank you.
exciting.
All right. Congratulations,
I'm impressed.
Mark.
Yep.
Well done.
I think the first 4 he yelled his name out before the questions.
That's fine. The rules weren't
probably-
established.
The rules were not established.
This is why it's not my show, okay?
Yes.
I don't
Yeah,
have
well,
good
that
establishment
and many other
for
reasons.
rules.
But yeah, come on.
Rematch.
Tell you what.
We are going to rematch at some point. And this time it's personal. We'll take a break. We got you guys for one more segment, so hang tight. Mark Close, you man here. We got news next. It is 8:34. Congratulations, Mark, and congratulations to everybody who backed Mark.
Yeah, let's get some rules. Some rules would be nice.
You made a smart choice. Another look at your traffic and weather, Moon, coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The wildest show in racing is this Friday and Saturday night at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Formula Drift is back for their only Midwest appearance. Go to www.raceway.com for more info. Lane blocked due to a crash 44 eastbound just after 141. We also have severe delays, and increasing delays 44 eastbound between 141 and Lindbergh. Average speed is down to 10 miles an hour. Exit ramp from 64 eastbound to Big Bend Boulevard southbound is blocked due to a stalled vehicle, and we also have a lane blocked due to a crash 55 northbound after Rivas Barracks Road. Your point forecast, a dry morning, but storms are going to develop later in the day, especially during the evening or nighttime. A chance for damaging winds, large hail, and short-term flooding, along with a low-end threat for an isolated tornado. High of 97, low of 72. Right now it is 75 at the Point Studio. Your point forecast is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
Mark Close and John Ulett still here, hanging out.
Only 15 more
And
minutes.
only 15 more minutes. Yeah, hard out at 9. So got a couple minutes left. They got very important things to do.
We're a couple of busy guys,
Yeah.
let me tell you.
Very busy
We got to go
guys.
to Hardee's, get a cup of coffee, and sit around for a couple hours.
If you want, we can stay till 9:10.
Easy,
whoa.
easy.
9:10.
Okay.
Bonus.
How nice of
the
you.
big boss
You
just
must be
walked
having
in.
a good time. Somebody's having a real nice time on the radio right
Well,
now.
the boss walked in. He goes, "What radio station am I in?"
Right. He
He
loved
sounds
it.
just like that. Yeah. He
Yes.
says, "You guys are killing it today, killing it." And you know what? We're killing it on National Eat Your Jello Day. That's what today is.
Oh.
National Eat Your Jello Day.
How do we feel about Jello in this
Yes.
room?
Oh, there's always room for Jello. That's how I feel.
I
about
love
it.
Jello.
Bill Murray's character said it, and I
Right.
just have to live with that.
Can't eat it if you're a vegetarian.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Gelatin.
yeah.
I
That
thought
comes
I
from
thought
animal
that
hooves.
They
do make
changed
it.
it. They
Yeah,
changed
do
it.
They changed it though.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Vegan.
Horse
When I
hooves in
found
it.
that out, it really ruined me because
Yeah,
it's
it just-
anything with the gum in it. So like
Yeah.
chewing gum and gelatin
Yep.
of any kind.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, like horse hooves and pig
Horse hooves,
hooves.
yeah.
And when they first tell you, you go, "No way."
Yeah.
You look it up.
How could
And then
that
you go, "I could taste it.
It's so delicious.
taste like palomino?
I could taste it."
Speaking of that, yesterday I was in my yard and back there with my cats, and I found an unidentified animal skull.
I think you should put it
Sweet.
up on
Yeah.
the socials because somebody will figure it out.
yeah, I mean, it almost is like a mole or something because there's no eye holes.
Yeah, I think it's a chupacabra.
Oh, great.
Yeah, they're big
Sounds
here.
like
I'm going to go with that.
yeah. Too big to be a mole. Chupacabra sounds right.
Chupacabra
That's
sounds
the
Great.
next guess.
Fantastic.
I don't want to move off Eat Your Jello.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm a Jello enthusiast. Love it. Every time. Now, Jello with fruit in it. Get the hell out of here. Don't hide fruit in the Jello.
Yeah.
Love that.
Nobody's hiding.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's
People are
hiding.
hiding fruit in Jello.
No, you can see through it.
No, you get the orange, like you can get the individual package, like little oranges in the Jello.
When somebody says, "I have Jello," and you go, "Awesome," and then they go, "Oh, it's got bananas in it." Get the hell out of here.
Nah,
with that.
I'm into it.
It's like pineapple slices, bro.
Pineapple
Oh, yeah.
or bananas. You've never had.
I've never seen bananas.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
that's-
Dig me the bananas.
Virgin
Sounds
Jello.
great.
Nothing like virgin Jello.
That's right, John.
Yep.
John's always said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's going to be on your tombstone.
Words to live by.
Nothing like virgin Jello.
Virgin Jello.
Now, your thoughts on Jello shots?
They're good. Very filling
Jello shots
to the brain. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm a lover of Jello shots. You kidding me? I know you're not supposed to, but back when you could, you took them on the river. Now you put them in the oranges, like the orange peel, so it's biodegradable.
Who doesn't bring them on the river? I think that's a
No,
thing.
no, people are trashing the rivers. People have ruined it for it. So now you can, if you have
'cause the cups.
biodegradable, because they just
Oh,
throw
okay,
the
that's
plastic
right.
in the river. So that
Sandwiches.
sucks. But man, making them in you scoop out like an entire orange and then you pour the Jello in there and let it mold inside the orange. Incredible.
Oh,
Yes.
I've never seen that before.
What's your favorite Jello shot combo?
See, I don't even know what that means. Like people would hand them to me, I go, yeah, okay. And you do. I mean, like, do you even know what you're drinking?
And you know what's
Eating or
funny
drinking?
about that? I get very skeeved out eating food from other people's homes if I'm not there or I don't know the condition of my kitchen.
Yeah.
John's with me on that one. But Jello shots, it's fine. Like,
But that's what I'm
okay with
saying.
that.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
When is
I'm all right
somebody?
with that.
When have you
Seems
seen
harmless.
somebody hand another person a Jello shot and they go, "Oh, what is it?
What's it in?
No,
Yeah.
Nobody asks anything. You
No,
go,
they get their
"Yeah, okay."
finger or their tongue all
Yeah,
around
it's
it.
a yes or a no. You want a Jello shot? Yes or no?
And it's usually yes for me.
Oh, we're gonna have Jello shots at your birthday. Don't you worry.
But if somebody brings me food and I don't know where it's from, I'm like, no, thanks.
Yeah.
So I was an adult. I was like 25, 26 when I first had my first drink ever. And I remember, probably on a river, somebody saying Jello shots for the first time. And it was a strange concept. And you know, like when you're a kid and like a concept hits you and you go, this is senseless. Why is the world okay with this? Has no one questioned how ridiculous this is? And I remember thinking, when somebody's like, you want a Jello shot? I was like, what is that? And they're like, oh, we put alcohol in Jello. And I thought, why didn't you just bring the alcohol?
Right.
Like, it seems like a lot of work to just
But
give
you
me,
see, it's Jello
have me
and
take
alcohol.
a shot.
But then you did it.
Why,
You're
why
like,
don't you just bring a
okay.
bottle and we all take shots? Like,
But
it
this
seems
is
like
Jello
a lot less work.
in it.
I know, and that's basically how it was explained. And I went, yeah.
No reason.
Oh, okay.
I'm a big
Is
fan
this
of
a
like
thing?
strawberry or cherry Jello, and then you have vodka in the cherry
Yeah.
Jello. That's really good.
There's no cool way of eating one, by the way.
Oh, and
Jello shot.
my tongue is not long. Like
Is
most
how-
people can just lick around and throw it back. I have to like do the finger thing because I got a short
I
tongue.
just squeeze and go.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Short tongue syndrome.
I do. I have
Oh,
it.
man, the worst.
It's the worst.
That's hereditary.
Short tongue syndrome?
Yeah.
So I'm not having kids. I don't
Yeah,
want them
runs in
to
her-
be born
runs in
with
her
short
family.
tongues.
How many Jello shots do you recall doing in one night?
God, you could. I mean, and that's the other thing that they hit you. Like you think, oh,
When you least expect it.
I'm having 10 Jello shots, and then you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably, I'd say 6.
Next thing you know, you're passed out in a canoe floating down the Hooshe.
That's
Yep.
right.
Come on, man.
Because it
Doesn't get better than that, does it?
it looks like a little bit of Jello, but there's more alcohol in there than you
That's right.
think, and it's
Well,
like I said, fills the brain fast.
So happy Eat Your Jello Day, everybody.
yeah.
Enjoy. Don't put fruit in it. All right, well, real quick, let's do some news.
Oh, yeah. We gonna do some news.
And your news being sponsored by...
Martin Jetco Heating and Air Conditioning, more reliable than your news source.
That's not nice, but okay. I know the story of it. You guys were in your formidable years during this. 1982, the Tylenol murders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember when that was happening?
Absolutely. Scared the hell out of me, man.
Do you know the Tylenol murders? Do you
Yeah,
know
we
about it?
we talked about it on the show because that's what the tamper-proof things. That's
tamper-proof,
what started it.
Yeah, they started putting tamper-proof seals on medicines because of this.
Yeah.
And
And food, too. A lot of
Yeah.
food products, too, yeah.
And it was never solved.
Right. And how many people actually died? Do we remember? Did they get it down?
I think it was just a couple.
I thought it was like, like
couple, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's what
7.
I thought. Wow.
7.
Wow.
7 people died in the Chicago area.
Yeah.
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 It was on the Chicago area. Nobody was brought to justice for it.
Yeah.
But they had a suspect.
Really?
They had a suspect, a guy named James Lewis, and he just died. James Lewis, the sole suspect in the 1982 Tylenol murders. Now, if you remember when this was going on, I mean, people were terrified.
Oh, yeah.
Like you taking medication, you buy it at a Walgreens or whatever, and people were dying because they were laced with cyanide.
Yeah. We were throwing stuff out of your medicine cabinet
Right.
you bought, 3 weeks prior to even hearing the story. You threw stuff away
Oh,
that
wow.
you already purchased because you didn't know.
It's frightening.
Isn't that wild to think that was going on? Like, hey, throw all your medicines away.
Yeah.
Because we don't know. Somebody is literally terrorizing.
Right.
Now, it's the Chicago area, so I'm not sure. Did it kind of spread out from there? I mean, St. Louis is close enough. I understand.
Oh, it was a national story.
So
big
it was
time.
national?
Yeah, it was nationally.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know how many cases they found of being tampered with outside of Chicago, but the story was nationwide.
So James Lewis, the sole suspect in the Tylenol murders, found dead in Boston on Sunday. He was 76. 7 people in the Chicago area died after taking Tylenol. Tylenol potassium cyanide-laced Tylenol capsules. This was 1982.
Wow.
He was suspected of tampering with the medicine bottles after sending an extortion letter to Tylenol's manufacturer, Johnson & Johnson. And investigators thought, like, this guy was seeking revenge after his 5-year-old daughter died in 1974 when the Johnson & Johnson sutures used to fix a heart defect, like, tore. And she died because of that.
Wow.
So he did spend 13 years in prison for extortion, but he denied that he was ever the Tylenol killer, and he's dead.
Wow.
But
Now,
I can't imagine that.
The
Yeah.
panic. I mean,
Right.
I just can't imagine. But also the idea that would even cross somebody's mind to do. You know what I'm saying? Like for the first time, like nothing like that had happened, maybe, or at least
Right.
nationally like that. And I mean, how evil do you have to be to go? All right, I'm going to tamper with something that a lot of people use.
I have.
Yeah.
I don't even know who the person is, and I'm doing this, and they could end up dying from. And you could even possibly end up knowing the person. You could kill a relative that walked in and bought the stuff.
Yeah, they did not care.
Yeah, incredible.
What's your favorite curse word?
The F word.
Is it the F word? Anybody have a favorite curse word?
I say son of a bitch a lot.
Yeah, on the air.
Do you have a favorite curse word? I love them all.
Yeah, and you know who does curse words the best? British people.
Oh,
because
yeah.
it sounds like Ricky Gervais is doing it, and it's like they put F in front of everything.
It's poetic.
It's
I'm not sure if I should
poetic.
be insulted
Yes,
or
it's
happy.
beautiful the way they say it. It just flows.
Yeah.
Such a nice sound.
You have a favorite curse word, Moon?
Man, I'm trying to think. I mean, I guess I don't know, dude. I don't know. It you know what? I'll say this. It's phasal. You know?
I think so too. Like it depends on like how I'm feeling.
Yeah, like
Yeah, yeah.
a year
yeah.
may go by
Oh,
where
yeah.
I'm just
You
like
may have just
blasting
made that
one.
word up, phasal. I'm not even sure if that's
Yeah.
a word.
No, sure.
Yeah.
Like
Anyway,
MF is super good.
Whether you're frustrated or you just hurt yourself, what's the one that's the most satisfying to scream?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, there are plenty. Obviously we can't say on the radio, but this one we can. So a mathematician in England used an algorithm to come up with the perfect new swear word. So she took a list of 186, narrowed it down to the 45 best ones in her opinion, and used an algorithm to create a new word that's supposed to be the ultimate curse word.
Oh, God. What could it be?
So what is it? And for now, we could say this on the radio.
Oh.
Yeah.
So the algorithm said the ideal swear word has 4 letters and starts with a B. Apparently because there were more B words on this list than any other letter.
All right.
Then it also has to have an ER tacked onto the end. Right? So if you throw an ER on the end of a curse word, I guess it's got more of a bite to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And according to the algorithm, this is science, guys, science and math.
Yes.
Believe in science, right? We were told to believe in science.
Absolutely.
Science.
Yeah.
The ultimate swear word is banger.
Banger.
That's the ultimate swear word.
Ah, banger.
And most people are like, this is not good. This is not. This is
Banger you.
this,
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Go banger yourself.
Even the mathematician admitted it's not as satisfying as some of the top real swear words people use.
Yeah.
She's
I
still
think-
tweaking the algorithm though, so maybe it'll come up with a better one someday.
Yeah. I think it's been pretty much figured out. I think the F word.
Yeah.
It's
just
It's
pretty.
effective.
And what's nice about the F word, it's negative, it's positive, it's joyous, it fits.
Depends on how you use it.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
it fits every
it's really
every
a use-
Verb.
category. Yes,
It's a real
Yes.
utility player.
It really is. You can go to it at any time, and it fits the bill.
And it
What
gets
else
it-
can you say about it?
And when you're on stage, Moon, when you say the F word, the
Crowd goes crazy.
crowd goes crazy.
Crowd goes crazy.
Oh, man.
It's
I tend not to.
celebratory.
I
Yes.
tend not to, but I know what you're saying.
People get so excited. I mean, has there not been a radio personality in this building that the minute they are doing a stage intro, they don't use the F word?
It's such a hacky
So
thing.
cheesy.
It's
Yeah.
It's so cheesy.
I'm guilty of it.
I've
done
done
it.
it.
Well,
Yeah.
I've done it.
Hate to
I
use the
don't do
word,
it.
but it makes me cringe.
I don't do it anymore, but do you do it?
I don't.
Have you
do it.
ever done it?
Never.
You have flipped the bird on Rolling Stone magazine's cover, though.
Yeah, you did that.
Oh well, there's that.
Yeah.
But that's not verbally saying the word.
No, but that's a visual. That's a visual.
Miming it.
Yeah.
That's different.
That's sign language,
That's
John.
different. There's
It's
more
different.
utility there.
Sure.
You go out on the stage and you go, St. Louis with the
I've done it.
F-is-up." Cool. You just put yourself in the biggest group there
And I
is.
hate myself
Sure.
for it.
Sure.
And I would like to apologize.
You're forgiven.
I'm not apologizing. It was awesome.
I forget.
And people are like,
It's a hacky thing to do.
no, but
Yeah.
because we can't say it. And so it's almost like seeing a teacher at a bar. Like when you hear an air personality use any sort of profanity in a relaxed setting and you go, this person's more like me than I thought.
Yeah.
You know?
But I'm in the audience and somebody does that. I do cringe.
Oh, John.
Because it's like I know
Yeah,
what
you
they're
go, "Come
doing
on,
there.
you're clever."
They're trying. Yeah, it's just like you said, Rizz. It's trite and.
But
Now I was I was with some younger people not long ago
Some
my
youngins?
God.
yeah,
Okay.
like 40, 50.
playing softball. Okay.
Okay.
And they had music playing on the bench.
Oh,
And the F word was every other word in this music.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm looking around going, is anybody else kind of like somewhat offended? I'm not a prude. I mean, yeah, men, women, young people never
No.
gave, they didn't even flinch. It's
Yeah.
like, I mean, it was filthy stuff too. And it's,
Okay,
it
so
does
It was
kinda-
using every utility of the word.
yes.
So
yes.
I think of,
Women's
okay,
body parts included. You're like,
What?
who are
geez,
you from The Who has the F word in it.
Yeah, it has, yeah, one time.
Absolutely. One time. Right.
That's art.
And it ran for the million years, and finally somebody goes, they're saying the F word during that
It's
song.
clear.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
clear as
and
day.
they,
by the
they
way.
took it out.
There were a
Midnight
few more.
Rendezvous at the very end of the
Oh,
baby
yeah,
song.
took that
Yes.
out. Steve Miller, Funky Going Down in the City.
That's the
It
S
was the
word.
S word.
Yeah.
That stayed for years.
Wow.
And somebody goes, you know what he's saying? You can hear it perfectly clear every time he'd sing it.
And when I play that baby song, that still is in there.
Is
No,
it?
no,
At the
it's
very
not.
end.
Yes, it is. At the very end,
It's
it is.
very distant. It's
Oh,
trailing
okay.
down, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's
I
not as
want
loud.
You better get
Yeah.
that out of here before somebody's offended.
Yeah.
And there are a couple others that are in our catalog at the radio station.
Yeah.
That I
Couple
play on
things that-
Sundays
yeah.
that management doesn't know about, and
Yeah.
I just let
It's
them
better that way.
fly.
Same with Monday Night Metal. There's a couple Metallica songs
you
that
think?
just
Yeah.
fly under the radar.
But again, it's just one time in the song. This was constant.
Yeah.
You know, it's just such a turnoff.
Yeah. Listen, I'll have music on in my car, and, I mean, some of the more modern songs do have,
Yeah.
filthy language. And,
Yeah.
But I
and my kids are so
I view
numb
it-
to it.
Yeah, a lot
right,
of, yeah.
That's the danger of
Right.
it, I think. Like numbing the next generation down. We just keep dumbing ourselves down sometimes, generation after generation.
Right.
But I was going to say about I look at it in music the same way you look at it if somebody gets on a stage and says it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, like the advent of cable and all that, you watch cable, and that's all they're using.
Well,
it's nonstop. And before you couldn't even, the censors would come into what you could say and couldn't say. And now it's just.
And Mom, maybe this is an old school way of thinking, doing a podcast or whatever. Hey, man, it's a podcast. It's not on, FCC regulated airwaves. You could curse. I go, wow.
Yeah, but you appreciate when they don't. And not for the fact that they're not cursing, but the fact that they don't feel they need to.
Absolutely.
You know
and if it comes
I mean?
out, it comes out. But just to do it for the...
Just to do it.
If that's truly the best use of the word, as a writer in music, I don't care if it's rap, rock, country, whatever. As a writer, every single word, I am overthinking every single word, every syllable, every delivery. It all has to mean something. It has to be the best word, the best syllable in this moment. And rarely is that a curse word. I've used one curse word in any Greek Fire song ever. One.
Yeah.
The new Olivia Rodrigo song, Vampire, she uses the F word, and it's perfect. And it's very deliberate. She says
over
fame.
and over? Or?
No, it's in the chorus, and it's fame, effer. And it's just such an angry song that it exudes that emotion that you're going into her head with.
And when they play that on the radio, they do the beep.
I actually haven't heard it edited yet.
Yeah, you wonder how much of that, they catch.
Somebody said in Hey Jude. Paul says the F word in Hey Jude.
I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe it's in the background.
Well, the B word is in what's the song?
When
Chubby Checker or whatever.
When he's going off in a kind of a he's going. I can see how much somebody might think that.
He says,
Yeah.
effing hell.
He does?
It says immediately afterwards, let her under your skin. McCartney quietly says, effing hell.
Never heard that. Never.
I gotta play this.
I mean, even the oldies, there's Bob's all over the place.
You know the twist by Chubby Checker?
Sure.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard the B word?
Have you ever heard the B word?
Because you will now.
Here we go.
Come on, little bitch.
Holy cow.
And do the twist.
Come on, little bitch.
Come on, little bitch. And do the twist.
Holy
That's
cow.
great.
Had
I
no
like it
idea.
better.
I had no idea, yeah.
It's come on, little miss. But
I was going to say, it sounds like he's slurring.
It's come on, little bitch.
But now you're going to hear it.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, what's going on airplanes? We have all these reports of just people behaving badly.
Losing their minds.
Another one on British Airways, a flight from London to St. Lucia. Male passenger last Monday broke a wine bottle and used the jagged edge to stab another passenger.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Shanked him. Wow.
Didn't get enough peanuts. Yeah.
He said peanuts.
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 It's just to make sure.
So the crew had to detain the guy and keep him subdued for an hour and 20 minutes before landing. A witness says suddenly there's blood all over the cabin. Nobody knew how gruesome it was going to get. Witnessing that in such a confined space and not knowing if or how the bloodshed was going to end was horrific.
Wow.
Right. Now, what should happen to that guy?
They should have thrown him off the plane, off the plane.
No.
But jail.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
assault.
He should be in prison.
Attempted murder.
Yeah, he should be in prison for a minimum of 10 years.
Yeah, I think
10
if something
years.
happens on a plane, that whatever normally the fine or punishment would be on the ground should be doubled.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you go after somebody with a broken wine bottle or something, you go to prison. You don't say, well, you can't fly, Trans World Airlines anymore. It's like, you go to prison.
TW.
Hey, man,
that was a good airline. That was based here in St. Louis, man.
Ozark. Put me on an Ozark
straight.
flight, would you?
Well, what happened was some reports blame the airline for serving this guy, quote, an endless supply of alcohol during the 9-hour flight.
Oh, it's their fault with his actions. Okay.
Well, maybe no glass on board an airplane would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Don't you say no drinking on airlines.
No, I didn't say that. No.
Look out. Hey, to loosen up a little bit.
First they took away our cigarettes,
Plastic
then our booze.
Listen, I
Can you
remember...
believe that?
Yes.
We used to sit and smoke in
Oh, my God.
I remember the seats used to have the
ashtrays. Ashtrays in them.
Now the argument too for that when they got rid of that was now it's like an enclosed system as far as the air, as before they were filtering it. So like the smokers are like, in the old days when we could smoke, it was actually cleaner air in the airline.
Yeah. Dream on.
Yeah, right.
Smell like an ashtray.
Yeah, no. And finally, police are looking for the woman who stole a $7,000 monkey from a pet store in Miami last Friday. Surveillance video shows the woman walk off with Pepe, a 5-week-old marmoset monkey. She just plucked the damn thing out of the cage and just walked right out of the store.
I mean, I understand it.
You
I want that
understand
monkey.
it?
Yeah, I mean, I
Was
would
this a-
steal adorable animals as
So
well.
I should watch my monkey around
Yes,
you? Is
you
that what
should.
you're saying?
Yes.
Is this a like an actual theft, or is it like one of those liberation things?
Oh no, it's an actual theft.
Okay.
Liberation.
you know-
Free the monkeys.
Dude, I knew.
Yeah.
Disastrous. It was disastrous.
Would any of you guys like a live chicken? I can get you one.
Yes, I would.
Possibly,
Thank you.
yeah.
Okay.
My
I'm going to
wife
be
would
out
love
Sunday. I can get you a live chicken if you want.
Really?
one. Yeah.
I've already got.
Do you? Okay.
What is it, chick or an
Chick.
actual big
It's a
old
chick.
chicken?
No, it's a little chick. I'm
You
going.
could buy a chick for like $3.
Like $2.
I'm
Yeah.
going to Tractor's
Tractor Supply?
farm. Yeah, out in Pacific, and they have baby chicks.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
yeah, it's $3.
Yeah. And who wouldn't want it? It's like, here, this is for you. And then you're like,
What the hell am I gonna do with this?
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna have some eggs. The house that we moved into in October, the previous owner had chickens in the
Yeah.
backyard. So, like
So you
one
have
day.
a chicken coop already?
No. They took
Yeah.
it out.
Oh.
But we got a great space for it. Like, I'd
Sure.
love to have my own chickens.
Hey,
one day.
people used to bring pets here all the time.
Yeah.
I'll just carry it here. I'll just bring it here. No big
Sure.
deal, I'm sure.
How long do chickens live?
Oh, let's look it up. Good question.
About 140 years, 150 years.
Seems like a short period of time to me.
5 to 10 years, it says.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's 5 or 10 good years.
10 good years of eggs?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, with egg prices these days,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're coming down.
pays for itself, John.
Yep.
Oh, it depends on the breed, I guess. This one only lasts 4 years.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Somebody-
Make sure you get the right
That's
one.
why I don't
There you
name
go.
them.
Born to die.
Instant feedback says Mark Klose is going to be missing those Hardee's biscuits and gravy because it's 9:07.
Oh, yeah, we got to go. Oh, they got to go.
They got to go.
They got to go. I want to thank Mark Klose and John Ulett for coming in, hanging out
Thank you for having us.
for 3 hours and 7 minutes.
Very nice.
What are we plugging? We're plugging the podcast you guys are doing.
No, we don't do a podcast.
No.
We should.
You
No,
do a
we do,
podcast, though, John.
You do a podcast.
Oh, yeah, I do
Yeah.
a podcast with the mighty Favaz. Favaz on KSHE. It's called the KSHE Tapes. And we play back interviews that we've done over the years on the radio station and comment on them. And
Just chop it up, huh? Yuck it up.
It's like Mystery Science Theater
Favaz.
3000 only
yeah, that
podcast.
kind of thing, yeah. And, boy, we're getting close to the end here. We have over 200 of these suckers out there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
And then vinyl exam.
And then vinyl exam.
Yeah.
Vinyl exam, noon on Sundays. Mark and I, we got about 190 of those shows done,
yeah.
going
Yeah,
all the way back
started,
to albums that came out in 1967. And we're moving forward from that period of time every year. And right now we're in the year 1979. And, but I don't know how much longer we'll be able to do it, but we've got a few more years left of great albums that we can play music from and talk
Awesome.
about.
Well, I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
it was
you
fun.
for
Thank
coming
you.
in.
Thank you
Hey,
for the invite, man.
yeah.
It's like I
Yeah,
said.
that's great.
I love
We'll
working
see
with
you
man.
tomorrow morning.
Love working with you guys.
Yeah, the rest of the week.
The rest of the week. Oh,
You know
awesome.
who's-
Thank you.
Tim's coming in tomorrow.
Nice.
My husband, yeah.
Oh, I guess that's not
Nice.
going to be a surprise.
Yeah.
Oh, what? You were trying to surprise people?
Yeah, just
Oh,
gonna-
I wanted
Like
them to
Tim,
know.
he didn't know.
Mystery guest.
You didn't
And
have no
I'm,
idea.
and I'm bringing in my pet chicken.
That's
There you
fine.
go.
Fantastic.
All right, hey, Lern's husband Tim's coming in tomorrow, guys.
All right, so-
Severe delays. 44 eastbound between 141 and Lindbergh. Average speed is down to 10 miles an hour. Your point forecast: storms are going to develop late in the day, especially during the evening or nighttime. Chance for damaging winds, large hail, short-term flooding, and along with a low-end threat for an isolated tornado. High of 97, low of 72. Right now it is 77 at the Point Studio. Your point forecast is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
So I'm going to the soccer game on Saturday. I'm sorry, the
Hi.
soccer match.
Yeah, that's great, man.
You know what I'm looking forward to?
What?
Eating.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like the first time I went, I really didn't get to sample the fine cuisine they have over there at City Park.
It is great.
I know.
Great.
I went into that Wally's Mart, which was cool. My wife brought me back something that wasn't great. But I know Steve's Hot Dogs got a place over there.
Dude, if you ever get to
The
sit...
food is good. It's all local.
Yeah, if you're ever in that TCU suite, you know, like that, or not the suite, but the
Lounge?
the big, lounge, that area, the Gerard Kraft stuff, the fries are freaking great, dude. Like top
Yeah,
3
how do I
in the
get in there?
state. Man, I got some friends. I got some friends
I
at
mean,
Together Credit Union.
You know, we know Matt Seebeck. I mean, he's
Oh, give him a call.
a high
Yes.
up guy. He's been on the show before.
Yes.
Matt,
Yes,
if you're
he has.
listening.
Hey, Matt,
I'm going to the game on Saturday.
how's it going, man? I just want some fries, man.
Just want some fries.
Just really want those Gerard Kraft fries.
So, yeah, that's not included on this list. So again, the food at City Park is great. What about Busch Stadium and Enterprise Center? As far as the food goes, how does it rank amongst all the stadiums and arenas around the country.
You know, I saw this list, and I'm going to say I 100% agree with it, and I hate to say that, because you're going to find out why.
I'm going to disagree.
I've had these exact experiences. My experiences, the ratings, the reviews reflect this list.
Okay, well, so this website, betting.com, analyzed more than 100,000 reviews for all major sports stadiums across the U.S., both major and minor league, to create a definitive guide for the best and worst stadiums for food.
Okay.
Okay, so the analysts found that Busch Stadium and our Deer Enterprise Center both stuck out for the opposite reasons. So the food at Busch Stadium is rated 14th best among stadiums in the U.S. I think of all the stadiums, major and minor, I think that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Pretty great.
Top 15? Yay. Proud of us.
Camden Yards, where the Orioles play, that's tops. Number one best food in
Does it say what it was?
Yeah, like what's the criteria of this list?
They looked at reviews.
So just fans
They
going
looked at
and reviewing.
100,000 reviews.
I was gonna say, going to Busch Stadium, the food never really stuck out. Like I didn't have chicken nachos and a helmet. Okay, I'm cool.
Sure.
But I wouldn't have reviewed it. You know, I just think that's ballpark food.
Well, I think it's about options, lines. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes into these people's reviews. Yeah. And
service.
For the first time, remember, for Mama Moon's 80th birthday, we got green seats. Shout out to Selena and Polo and all those guys over there. And that green seat food is freaking astounding. Yeah. I'm telling you, it is so good. The service down there is excellent. All the staff that was working it, they were incredible. It is. Have you done the green seats yet?
No.
That review is tip top. If I could give the 10 out of 5 stars for it, not only the service, but the actual food quality itself. They're bringing it to you. Get out of here. This is the life.
Yeah. But see, that's like a very elite group, right? I mean, you got to have money, you got to have a connection.
Yeah, but they're doing reviews.
Not everybody's going to have that.
But
they're doing reviews,
and
that may weigh a little bit into it. But I think they got some pretty good options. The Redbird Club, I got some great options up there.
Oh, the brownies.
Well, that's at the Champions Club. The Redbird Club is they got some good pizza.
Which one's higher? Like what?
Champions Club
what's
is
the
all inclusive.
Oh, okay.
Redbird Club is you still got to buy stuff, but it's.
But they got great food up there, too?
They got great food up there.
Champions Club has the big old buffet.
Yeah, Champions Club is a buffet. So, yeah, Camden Yards where the Orioles play, that's number one. The Milwaukee Brewers home, American Family Field was second. All but one of the venues rated better than Busch were baseball stadiums. Lambeau Field in Green Bay was the lone non-baseball venue ranked better than Busch. So, Busch Stadium, 14th as far as food goes nationwide.
Okay.
And you know what? The ratings reflected this as far as Busch Stadium goes. They stood out in vegetarian offerings. About 44% of Busch Stadium's offerings as far as food goes are available without meat, which is the best percentage in Major League Baseball.
And that happened here in St. Louis?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's surprising for sure.
It really is surprising.
Yeah, well, I got something to say.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Screw you, hippie!
It's healthier.
Come on, man. It helped... It helped boost our listing. Don't bring it down. Don't bring nothing down.
The study's authors wrote, Mission Taco Joint currently serves up some of the finest meat-free soft tacos in baseball.
Yes, they do. And just in general. Goodness.
Okay, on the other end of the spectrum, our Deer Enterprise Center.
I hate to say it. I agree.
Had the 12th worst reviewed food. Busch Stadium, 14th best. Enterprise Center, 12th worst.
We got local eats, though, at Enterprise.
I know. That's what...
A couple, but I feel like I also have to go way out of my way for it. Mm-hmm. It's not the greatest experience. If I want to get those local eats and whatever, it's not the greatest experience to get it.
Like they got a High Point.
Yeah.
Right.
But one, right? Just one.
Yeah, that's the
and
thing.
Lion's
the lines
Choice. Or is the Lion's Choice still there?
Lion's Choice is there.
All I'm saying is, in general, I kind of go out there and I'm eager to get food. And by the time I finish it, I'm kind of like, oh man, maybe I should have just waited. I hate to say that, but it's just not. Yeah. It's just not good. And if you think it is, well, you're wrong.
Like here's what's up at Enterprise. You got Shake Shack, Lion's Choice, The Baked Bear, JD Barrel House, Eisenberg Dog House, Sugar Fire.
That's what Sugar Fire's there.
I'm not saying the Dolphins. I'm just saying
High
like
Point.
or
Please
West.
enter the reviews.
But you know what? As
It's
I'm
not the
looking at,
worst.
if you go to enterprisecenter.com, you can see like a map of the whole place and where these eateries are laid out. And I mean, they really do spread them out. It's not like it's only on one side of the place, but I guess it's what your flavor is. So like maybe if you want High Point, you're on the opposite side of the building. That sucks.
Only 2 NHL venues were worst. The Prudential Center, where the Devils play, second worst, and the SAP Center, where the Sharks play, 11th worst. FedEx Field, where the Washington Commanders of the NFL play, were the worst. The worst in all of sports.
Where's
The
this?
worst food in Washington, in D.C.
And who
The
put-
Commanders play.
Commanders. Okay. Because I'm trying to think of like how the sport would affect the food, and baseball has to be, always probably be the best food sport because you have so many opportunities to go get it. You're going back. It's
Well, again,
9
Lambeau
innings.
Field was the highest as far as football stadiums go, just ahead of Busch Stadium.
Yeah, I'm just thinking
But
hockey.
everything's covered in cheese there.
But hockey's one of those things where you're there for the action, and you're only getting it you're only getting food during the period, the intermissions.
Food.
Yeah,
Food sport.
exactly. Like it's always going to be better. So like I'm not going to hockey for food to be a big part of the experience. Whereas when I'm going to a baseball game, I'm thinking out how I'm going to attack the food.
Yeah, you know, I'm getting a hot dog
Same.
or bratwurst. I'm getting nachos.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit in my seat and eat popcorn.
So it's a must. It's there's more expectation on the food there. So I'm not dogging the Blues or the Enterprise or that kind of stuff. Because
that's a great
honestly,
point.
I'm not really caring about the food as much.
That's a great point. All right, hold sports for a second.
I'll hold it.
We got to take a break. We'll come back with sports. All right, 9:27. See, when we start talking about food, like we lose time. Traffic and weather, Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The wildest show in racing is this Friday and Saturday night at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Formula Drift is back for their only Midwest appearance. Go to www.raceway.com for more info. There's delays, 44 eastbound between 141 and 270. Average speeds down to 15 miles an hour. Point forecast: after a dry morning, storms are going to develop late in the day, especially during the evening and nighttime. A chance for damaging winds, large hail, short-term flooding, along with a low in threat for an isolated tornado. Sounds like a wild movie. High of 97, low of 72. Right now it is 80 at the Point Studio. Your Point forecast is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
All right, let's get right into it. And I tell you what, this is probably the slowest sports time
You'd think
of
that
the year, right?
But I got 2 full pages here, brah.
All right, well, Moon coming at you.
All right, sports brought to you by Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes, your one-stop shop for all mailboxes. Need a new mailbox.com. The last 10 years of the MLB All-Star Game have been defined as pure dominance by the American League. The National League has not won the Midsummer Classic since 2012. And the AL struck first in the game again with a solo home run by former Cleveland infielder Yandy Diaz, who's putting together an MVP-caliber season with the Tampa Bay Rays. This gave the home team an early 1-0 lead in the bottom of the second. But then Miami Marlins' Luis Arias tied up the game in the top of the fourth on the sacrifice fly. Bo Bichette of the Toronto Blue Jays gave the AL the lead again 2 innings later with a sac fly of his own. And then that brings us to the bottom of the 8th inning, where Elias Diaz, catcher for the Colorado Rockies, at the plate. One may think he had some jitters with it being his very first All-Star game, but no. The 32-year-old rips a home run to deep center field to give the NL a 3-2 lead. Diaz would also go on to win the game's MVP because of this homer, and that's how it stayed. National League wins 3-2. By the way, in December of 19, the Pirates did not tender Diaz, allowing him to become a free agent. So he was cut loose. And then now
he's an all-star.
Now in the 2023, 32-year-old dude wins the MVP trophy in his first All-Star appearance. Congratulations to him. Very, very cool. You talked about going to the match on Saturday for St. Louis City SC.
Yeah.
Well, they will take on the reigning MLS champions LAFC tonight in LA. Late start for that, though, because we're in the Midwest. 9:30, Apple TV Plus. Oof.
9:30. We'll find out who won tomorrow morning.
I'll see the beginning of it. Sports gambling has been embraced full on by nearly every sport in the U.S. It's everywhere now, right? But the MLB stance on Pete Rose has not and will reportedly not change. Quote, Rob Manfred says the MLB's relationship with gambling has no effect on Pete Rose's suspension. Pete Rose violated what is rule number 1 in baseball.
It's apples and oranges.
The consequences that are in the rule. We continue to abide by our own rules. Rose was permanently banned by MLB for making numerous bets on his team to win while managing and playing for the Reds in 85-87.
How could you make that argument with, all right, betting is now encouraged by,
it's the weeds
for
legal,
fans?
let's expunge weed things, and they're trying to do the same thing with Rose.
but that's a player-manager betting on his own team, allegedly. There's a big difference between me placing a bet on FanDuel and Pete Rose betting on baseball as he's playing baseball.
Yeah, because he could tell them to just sink the ship. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Yeah.
Although he did say he never bet on his team losing.
Well, that's nice.
If that means anything.
For years now, there's been a growing contingent of fans wanting Rose to be reinstated and allowed into the Hall of Fame. However, seems less and less likely after each passing year. Barry Bonds needs no introduction. Dude has a mile-long list of accolades. Well, he was on a podcast, and he opened up a little bit, saying basically the situation of him not being in the Hall of Fame makes zero sense to him. And this is him arguing his case. He said, yeah, does it bother you? Sure, I'm human. I'm not some wall sitting up here who doesn't care. Bonds says, sure, it bothers you, but at the same time, I also know who I am. And the thing is that people have to understand is I was vindicated. I went to court, I was in federal court, and I won my case 100%. Where is the vindication of me in my own sports? That is what bothers me. So after falling short in 10 years on the writer's ballot, 10 years, Bonds most recently was denied entry into Cooperstown by the Contemporary Baseball Era Committee in a December vote. The group, which consists of former players, MLB execs, and members of the media, provided a secondary route to the Hall of Fame for players who weren't voted in traditional baseball.
Yeah, it's like the Veterans Committee.
Right. 7-time MVP, 14-time All-Star, 8-time Gold Glove Award winner, finished his career with the record 762 homers to go with 2,935 hits and 514 stolen bases.
There's a whole bunch of people on that list that should be in.
So his connection with performance-enhancing drugs ultimately kept him from getting into the Hall of Fame over the last decade. Quote, I appealed that charge and I won. I'm not under federal. I'm not a criminal of any kind. I'm not anything. Bonds went on and said, my Major League Baseball records are still there. I try to tell everybody this. I don't care if they want to judge athletes on performance-enhancing drugs or not. It doesn't matter. MLB, and let's clearly and get this straight, had a rule. And has rules, okay? Whether they were broken or not broken, there were rules, some rules. My era, there was no rules.
I'd like Lern's take on this.
I'm all about rules. Mm-hmm. I think sometimes people need to have boundaries and bumpers, and so I approve.
Well, what he said.
Thank you. Back to you.
Very well said.
His real argument, Bonds argued that even in the case of players who have been suspended by MLB for breaking the league's rules, and that's a big list of giant names, those athletes were not punished by the Hall of Fame.
I think it should be in.
That's a great point. He didn't mention any names, but of course we all know who he's talking about. I'm Moon. That's your sports because some of us love playing with balls.
All right. Thank you, Moon. One final break. We'll come back and wrap her up. All right, that is it for us. Donnie Fandango is next. Well, first off, I want to thank Mr. Mark Klose and John Ulett for coming in, hanging out.
Heck yeah.
It was an honor. I had a great time. Had a great time with the fellas.
Yeah, incredible stories. Pardon me. And I know a lot of the KSHE history and all that, and like every story they told was something I just learned today. It was incredible, and a lot of cool feedback too from chat room and from everything else.
I'm always jealous that I didn't grow up here.
You should be, bro.
And I didn't have a father or relative that was, KSHE all the way.
Yeah.
So, for me.
That's all right. You had a good childhood.
That's fine. That's fine. All right, today's Pappy's Recappy.
Brought to you by Pappy's Smokehouse. St. Peter's is your summer barbecue headquarters, Highway 70 and Mid-Rivers Mall Drive. Everything we covered on the show today, make sure you check it out because those two, a wealth of knowledge with the trivia. The classic rock trivia game that Lern put together. Don't want to miss that.
Well done, Conda.
On the podcast.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Still arguing.
A couple people were very impressive, and a couple of us were okay.
Hey, you hung in there.
Yeah, sure did. I was on the board. Crap on celebrities, Rizz, news, sports, everything we covered on the show. It's on the blog, 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. Today, the podcast title you're looking for is Megan the Weezer with John Ulett and Mark Klose.
All right, awesome. Tomorrow, Craigslist Freak of the Week and Lern's husband, Tim, joins us.
That's right.
And I tell you what, we're going to play like a newlywed type game, and some asses are on the line.
Oh, boy.
It's not going to be fun for him.
Nope. Nope.
He does not know what he's getting into.
All right, anything else?
That's it, man.
All right, we leave with a selection from our Team Rizz Member today, brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, proud sponsor Team Rizz. Visit hotshotsnet.com/Team Rizz. From Bethalto, Christina